just received in our newspaper.
It. Like, it sounds like you could go back and, like, he would have a bunch of songs of already doing that.
Yeah.
Because it's usually always a build-up when you, like, try a new genre or even try anything with music. There's always, like, the beginning stages and then you build up. So for him to just come out and just barrel it like that, like, full on the mic, like, respect. Because it can only keep going better from there, you know what I mean?
Especially if you're like a guy with that voice, and especially like that, I feel like if that song just got released, bro, that song will be a hit.
Oh, 100%.
I feel like that song should be a hit, dog.
Yeah.
It's like there's certain guys that are like that. So it's like him recently, especially his obviously this new stuff that he's putting out. Like guys like Chris Stapleton. There's a guy, Zach Bryan, I've been listening to lately. Zach Bryan's unreal.
Okay, yeah, Zach Bryan's good too.
He's unreal. Dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck it is with some of these guys and their voices. I'm like, man.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I'll try to mouth, like I'll sing it and I'm like, I'm so bad.
Try the melodies.
I'm like, me singing is not doing justice in this car right now.
That's
for the song.
A lot of them too, though, they've done music like ever since they were a kid. You know what I mean? You go and you ask them and they're like, yeah, I was in like choir or I was in like whatever it is, like what's that when you're like in the religious like choir or whatever, preach school,
isn't it just called the choir?
Gospel choir or something? Yeah, like a lot of them do that, and that's where they get to like hit those really like nice raw melodies.
Why do you think that is though? Do you think it's just because like they're trained to sing like that, like at such a young age, like in the sense of like how, especially what they're singing, like get a whole tones?
I think they at a young age they're able to express themselves musically, because I feel like if you don't at a very young age, then you're kind of not able to step into that comfort zone because you never did. Because so you're kind of like, oh, I don't want to pick up this guitar because I'm gonna sound stupid, right? Because it's gonna be like, it's gonna sound weird, like those beginning stages I was talking about. But really, that's how you work up to getting to like these types of levels. Like I guarantee you, when he was a kid, he was probably singing and probably doing all types of musical stuff that got him to love it, because it sounds like he's really into that song. He's not just writing lyrics and then being like, yeah, here we go, get my money. He sounds like he is like bleeding over that track, which is like, that's why I downloaded it.
Yeah, you got
that's a good ass song, dude.
Bro, I was like, when you, especially with those guys, like you said, where you're like, I can hear him, like the passion that he has behind it. I think that's what I like about artists, because like I would imagine that, especially as a brand new artist, when you're competing with a bunch of people who are dropping songs like every week, like right, like I don't even know, like what do you think you would know better, like what's the average like amount of people dropping music a week or even a month? Probably like what, 50,000 songs.
Yeah,
probably dropping, whether it's big artists, low artists. Like I feel like you're in competition with all this. And, you can have various different things. Like I think we talked last time where I was like, I think that people just put out music to like it's in their contract.
100%.
Like you can get, like that doesn't feel like a contract music. Like, you know what I mean? When you listen to that song, it doesn't feel like he was trying to, like he had to fill a contract. It was like, no, bro, like he was like, I want to try something new. I don't want to do this like rap, which I'm not saying like he's not a bad rapper, because he's not. But it's like for him to step out of that and be like, and I would imagine as an artist who was a rapper for a long time, to step out of something that's different. Do you think you would get judged in that way as an artist?
Oh, 100%. 100%, because it's crazy how many people are like, yeah, I like listening to different genres of music, but they will like specifically turn themselves off to like one specific genre or a specific set of genre. Like a lot of people, especially people who listen to like rap, trap music and that type of vibe, they're not open to listening to that type of stuff because it kind of makes them feel like emotional in a way that doesn't, like that other rap stuff's kind of just hype and it's like, let's party, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like they're like, oh, that's weird, but really it's just non-exposure to that kind of stuff, which really is what you need with music. You need that emotional level. So,
are you a guy like that experiences like try to go to different areas of music and maybe try to find something out of it?
Oh, 100%. Like all the amount of like drafts that I have in my laptop of different genres that I've tried. Like I've tried like acoustic songs with like no drums. I've tried like any type of genre, honestly, to see what I can like excel at, because like it seems like when I get on the mic and I get a beat in front of me, if I'm able to just go on it and I'm able to just keep going and feel that energy kind of pushing me, then I'm like, okay, I know this is something that I like. Like, I never really write something to be for other people or to like we were saying, like on a contract. You know what I mean? I never tried to do that. Being like on with my last album, trying to get it to be like a little bit more catchy and stuff like that. I had to learn that, but I still always tried to keep that emotion. You know what I mean?
Right.
Keep that raw emotion to it. And a lot of people did judge for that, and we're being like, oh, you know, this is.
They judged the last album.
The judge did in a sense of like they were like, I like it, but you know,
it ain't you, bro.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and I mean, I liked it too. Honestly, I was really happy with the turnout of it. But like, that's just how it is. That song right there, there's probably gonna be some people that are gonna be like, yeah, I mean, I don't know about that, and it's like. You think it's objectively like an amazing song. You're like, this is amazing. I don't know how somebody wouldn't listen to this and be like, this is amazing. But there's still gonna be somebody there that's like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's crazy how music is for people.
I guess because like there's so many different various genres.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, especially I feel, I don't know. I like broadening, like looking at different music. Like I'm not just a rock guy. Like I can't just be like only AC/DC in and out, brother. Metallica. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like you could like those because of the time it was and enjoy it for what those are. But it's like something like that where he's like just singing about him being just so far, because that's what that song is. For people who don't know, we're saying "Save Me" by Jelly Roll and Lainey Wilson.
Glad you mentioned it 7 minutes after you've been talking.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna tell you we could bring it up, but I'm gonna let you keep going.
But it's like he's singing about how he thinks he's so far broken, where he thinks like he's just telling this girl to like forget about me, like don't worry about that. And it's like, bro, it's just so fucking good.
It is good. It's
so fucking good.
That's what I mean, man. And it's crazy how much music can make somebody like emotionally express themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's a way for people though, right?
Yes, very true. 100%. It's almost like it's an instrument in itself, kind of unironically. Like, to be able to use music and to be able to like hit those melodies, get that emotion that you feel from expressing yourself is really powerful. Like with music, it's something that's hard to describe. You know, and I play instruments too as well. I play like guitar, I play piano as well. So playing and singing at the same time, feeling that own kind of harmony within you it's really something cool, and it's really something that everyone should experience. You know?
Yeah, just listen to that, because people have like various different ways of expressing themselves too. Like even if we're not talking music, like it's like people can't explain things, so like they do it by like show. Yep. Like it's easier for me to show whether it's like, I don't know, like gifting or like
that's true.
Just like not even talking, just like being around.
Yeah.
Like I know people who they don't talk about their problems, but it'll be like, I just need to be around a person, and it's like they're good. Yeah. Like that's the way they express it, is like just being around this individual. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like shit like that.
That's 100% it, man.
Yeah, I think I want to listen to explain the new track before we play it.
So the new track, I've actually been working on this quite a bit, and it's a good time dropping it because I kind of held off on it. I was working on it over the summer, and I was like, I'll just save it till next summer. So this one I really wanted to get into my pop kind of vibe. The last album I kind of did some pop, but I did a lot of rap, a lot of trap. And so this one, we were talking about broadening genres. I tried to kind of go more into like my pop avenue and get more emotional expression, I guess, out of a song, and not stick so much on like making a song sound like really good and like making everybody be like, yeah, this is a banger. Yeah, I like this song. Like instead trying to get that emotion out of somebody from listening to a track. Right. So.
And what's this one called? Cue it up.
This one will be called Wrong Direction.
Wrong Direction?
Wrong Direction.
This is Wrong Direction.
Shout out.
You need time, and time's in a story and the memories. I thought you had a heart that could never bleed, but you hid the scars with accessories. Hard to receive it. All of your feelings are falling to pieces, but I know you're finding your way and you feel it. That summer had the coldest nights. We were sitting in the starlight, over overnight. You could fit inside of my arms like you were the only thing that I ever needed and I ever wanted. But something got in between our hearts and now we are parted. I know you started, I know you wanted it. I'm moving on, but I never forgotten it. Somewhere down the road we lost connection, and you've been going off in the wrong direction. I know you started, I know it's difficult. Father, your heart in a love so typical. Somewhere down the road we lost connection, and you've been going off in the wrong direction. I love who said everything is in alright on the other side. I've been trying to look into your life, but I'm colorblind. You've been trying to find me, but I'm finding the floodlights. I'm losing my love night. I'm getting drunk and I'm thinking about you. Thinking of times when I had to reroute you. The memories fade, but I can't seem to drown out you. Feeling pain, but I can't seem to find my cue. I know that I'll find you down the road. I know that it's hard, but you'll make it home tonight. See you in the stars, so I'm never alone. And I know you started, I know you wanted it. I'm moving on, but I never forgotten it. Somewhere down the road we lost connection, and you've been going off in the wrong direction. I know you started, I know it's difficult. Father, your heart in a love so typical. Somewhere down the road we lost connection, and you've been going off in the wrong direction.
Yes, sir.
You always got that fucking vibe, dog. Damn, man.
I kind of wanted to just let it run, so I was like, I'll just let it run.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything.
No, man, that's it's different.
Yeah. You know what? It's funny. I've been searching for that vibe for a bit in my music playlist.
real?
That's it.
That's
I appreciate it.
I'm trying to find this fucking. It's like that that fucking
man.
spring feeling, baby. That's what
that
is,
is.
sir.
Yeah.
Yo, that's
That's
actually
it,
Yeah, that's
man.
what I knew. I was just.
man. I
As soon as I
appreciate
heard that beat switch, like a minute in, I was like, "That's it."
Yeah, man, that kick.
That's
yeah,
what I was looking for.
I appreciate that, man.
I
good.
remember.
Thank you.
I remember the first time that I found your playlist. Why can't I think of it now?
I'm sorry, I hate you.
Yes, I'm sorry,
Yes.
I hate you. Yes, because we titled it that episode too.
Yeah.
That
Yes, sir.
I remember I sent it to him. We were playing DayZ, right? We were playing DayZ. And I remember we were listening to it, and I was trying to explain. He goes, "Oh, this is cool. This is cool that we're doing this. Like we're sending each other music." I'm like, "No, bro, you're not understanding. This guy's gonna be on our podcast." And he goes, "This guy's gonna be on our podcast?" And I said, "Yeah, man."
I was like, "What? That's crazy, man."
I think one time
My
we were
man.
driving around, we were just vibing to it too.
Yeah.
Like we were just like, it's that vibe, bro.
Man. That's it, man. It's just
Especially
like,
you're a vibe kind of guy. I feel like you
I
know?
appreciate it, and that's the thing I try to put into it is that real emotion, where it's not like I'm trying to put on something, you know, and trying to, I guess, flex something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just trying to get that real emotion out in a song and just have something that's good and people like to listen to.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's really the goal.
Yeah, especially if like that is your only like goal. I don't even think that's like you know that's a good goal. Just be like, I just want everyone to vibe to my shit. Like I don't, I'm
100%,
not, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not looking for much. Like I just want people to be like, this is sick.
That's it, bro. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's fucking it.
All I'm looking
man.
for is people to be like, "This is sick, bro."
People will be like, hell yeah, dude, that's lit.
That's fucking sick as
Let's
fuck.
go. That's it, bro.
So like, there was a couple things we talked before we started this.
Yeah.
So you were saying that you took a break for a little bit from
Yes.
music, that's why there was a delay in the album drop.
Yeah.
So can you talk about that?
100%. Yeah. So once I got done making the album, I was kind of saying that thing where I was like making catchier lyrics and kind of making songs that were a little bit more like industry standard, because not being near places like Toronto, well, we're pretty close to Toronto, but not being in cities like Toronto and LA and big cities, you don't get exposed to that, like what's hot, what's new right now, and what's going to stream and what's going to do good. So I was kind of trying to get in that kind of realm and getting my songs to be better, and that kind of got me to lose the emotion in the music. And so I was kind of making songs to make them be like sounding good, but then like I would be like, but I really don't even feel like this is me on the song. Like I feel like I'm not really expressing myself. I'm expressing like what that dude over there is gonna be like. Yeah, that's sick.
What's that feeling like then?
It feels weird. It feels like you're performing for other people. That's honestly what it feels like.
We talked about this a little last because you search for that feeling of perfection.
Yes.
In what you're doing.
Very true.
So when you're trying to be as good as like the next big thing that's going to pop off, you're not being your genuine self. You're just trying to fucking fake it so the person who's listening to it has the same reaction as they would to something they heard from them.
100%.
Yeah.
That's 100% what it is. And then you try and mimic that feeling that almost you get from a song. You're like, I need somebody else to feel that feeling
with
that
my
I
shit.
felt. Yeah, with my shit. And it's like, wait, what? Like, that doesn't even make sense. You know what I mean? So then it puts you kind of into like a dark space as a creator because you're like, is my stuff even is even good? Is it even like worth listening to? And now when I listen to my stuff, I'm like, of course, I love all of the songs and I love my ability to emotionally express. But that was the thought process I was getting into. And I was like, okay, you know what? I need to take a pause. I need to appreciate what I have done. And I need to be like, listen, like where I'm at is a good spot. I'm able to express and I've inspired people to express as well. So, you know, it's really something to look back on like positively.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you got the album ready and then you were listening over it and you were like, this doesn't sound like me. I'm not enjoying, like I don't want to put this out.
Not even the album. The album was good. The album was a good emotional expression. But like I was saying before we started recording, when I was talking about people who were kind of judging it, how there's always going to be people judging the amount of emotion that you put into your tracks, like being like, oh, you know what, like you could have went for like a harder song like here instead of kind of being on like your softer kind of vibe here, you know what I mean? That would have got the album to go better, like it would have streamed better. Whereas you look at it from a creator standpoint, you just want to create and you just want to make the album the way it is, the way you see it. So I started having conflicting ideas, you know what I mean? Where people are telling me like, you know, like if I'm around a bunch of people and they're like, you know, like I'm going to start to be like, okay, what aren't they liking? You know, as a creator, you want to always have autonomy and be like, I like this. I don't care what anyone says. But that's kind of the rabbit hole I was kind of spiraling down into, you know? And so then I would take it back to when I would be recording and I would kind of hear that and I would be like, yeah, you know, they're kind of right. Like maybe I am putting too much into it. And then you just kind of are tossing around a bunch of ideas and you're like, you know what, this isn't even like fun anymore. I'm not thinking about just creating. So it's like, I just thought, let's take a break, you know?
Does that get scary?
It does. It does get scary because you're like, honestly, this was a thing that was so pure to me. Like just being able to express myself and be like, this is my thing. And then now somehow like all of that outside noise kind of got in. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. So it's like you're thinking of everybody else's opinions and you're like, this person doesn't like this. And that's why I was saying with that, like that type of music, there's always going to be someone who is going to see it a different way. You know, I saw something recently. It was like you show somebody one song to 100 people and like they're going to see it 100 different ways. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be like 90 or 95 different perspectives to it. You know what I mean? So it's just realizing that subjectivity and just kind of going with it.
Do you think once you took the break, do you think you cleared some of that noise out?
Yeah, definitely did. I definitely focused on like myself and what I want from the music and not looking at it from that other perspective, just kind of almost putting the blinders on to my perfectionism and just being like, I like this, it's good. Yeah, there's a couple things that I might be able to fix if I took this for like a month or two, but honestly, I like it. I show it to people. They like it. Let's just release it. You know what I mean?
So you plan on releasing it?
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about releasing this pretty soon, honestly. Want to put some finishing touches on it. I'm still letting a little bit out, but yeah, I think I'm going to drop it pretty soon.
And then get back in it. Have you ever thought of doing like a story album? Has that ever been a thing?
Yes, definitely. That's the thing that I was doing at the beginning, and that was my kind of like beginning crisis, was like I was making songs way too like story themed and like talking way too much about like getting way too into it, I guess is the best thing to describe it. And then it's like, dude, this isn't even a song. You're like doing poetry or something, you know? And it's like, all right, okay, we got to slow down. But I definitely would want to do a story album, just kind of talking about the different things I've been through. That would be pretty cool, man.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Why not? Fuck it.
Yeah, honestly.
Plus, wouldn't you say that's like something where we were talking about how artists branch out and try different things? Wouldn't you say that's something different?
That's true. That is pretty different. And one thing that's about that is if you're telling a story, it's really hard to leave like key things out. So a lot of it you kind of have to like bring to the surface and reflect on by like as yourself. You know what I mean? Like I'll have to, as making my own album, I'll have to reflect on different parts like I've been through in my life. So
and for the listener, right? So the listener is understanding what's actually happening while you're singing about these various different things that are that have happened.
Yeah,
that's dude, that's big. Like that, I think that's big, bro. I'm kind of. It's good to hear that. It's very. I feel you don't hear it a lot, but it's very interesting to hear that someone who is strong-minded in their music and letting outside noise get in, and you admitting that and being like, oh, what's this thing I have to do? Like, it's like, oh, I just got to step away for a second.
Yeah.
That's what Daniel said, didn't he? Daniel kept saying that when he was on. Daniel Richard Brenner. He kept saying that too. He was like, if feel like I'm overwhelmed with stuff, he would step away from it and actually go for like a lap or something. Like just
that's it. And that's the thing like we were going to talk about too, honestly, is I took working out as an outlet for that kind of stuff, to just take a break, you know what, like he's saying, like take a walk, just let the blood pump in your body and just let that kind of dopamine just sit with you and that energy kind of sit with you. I think is really important.
Right, bro. And you fucking like ever since I remember you started taking the working out thing serious, like you look good, man. Like good for you, bro.
I appreciate
what
it. What
was the was the reason just from that break, and then you were like, maybe I'll take working out as like a hobby? Like how'd that all start?
Yeah, it was kind of that, and honestly, I was in, like I was saying, going into that dark spiral. I was in a pretty dark spot, so I was noticing it physically. You notice physical kind of things changing, you know, like gaining weight and stuff like that. It's winter, everyone does, but I'm like, man, I really want to make a change, honestly. So I started just working out, doing it like small amounts, just at my house, body workouts, just enough to, like I was saying, get the dopamine going, get the energy going. And then that kind of became like a hobby. Like after a couple weeks, after a month, it kind of just became the thing that I like to do. And I was like, well, I like doing this, I'm just going to keep doing it. And then obviously I'm a UFC fan too. Like I watch like a bunch of UFC. So I was like, okay, you know what? I kind of want to start doing like combat training, because doing like boxing, doing kickboxing is really good for your core and stuff. And that was the main thing I wanted to get better. So got like a boxing bag and everything. So I'll go out there.
Damn, you hitting the bag and shit?
I hit the bag every now and then, you know. Sage coming in with the hooks or something.
Buddy's a John Jones in the making.
Yes, sir. You never know, man. But it's really important, honestly. Just even like the smallest amount, like he was saying, just to get a walk and just to get that blood pumping, it's insanely better than just like laying in a bed and just like doing like absolutely nothing, or just like getting up and doing your necessities, like which kind of what I was in for a little bit. And you kind of do need that as a person. You need like cycles of like, you know, okay, like I'm at the top, and then you need cycles of like restoration, like where you're healing, and you know, you need a process of like coming back to the person that you are.
Yeah, I think it's like stuff like that, like working out or like doing any sort of physical exercise. What I look at it as, to be honest, as like a humbling thing.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I look at it as like, it's funny, even today, like today I went to Sky Zone just jumping around. Bro, I got an hour thinking like, bro, I could eat an hour, no problem. Bro, I jumped for 5 minutes. And I was like, whew, the lungs cannot handle this.
It's the lungs, man.
It's the lungs. They don't, bro, it humbles you because you see all these fucking kids around you too.
Doing backflips and shit.
Backflips. They're like, we did 3 hours. We're here for 3 hours for a party. And I'm like, God damn, dude. I'm fucking dying. Like,
that's how it is, man.
It's that, but the working out thing, I think it just humbles you, because like I feel like you riding that, like, which I'm not even saying it's not a bad thing to ride the high, like to be like you feel good about something or whatever. Yeah. But then it's like, bro, a hard workout that kicks the fucking dog shit out of you. Oh yeah. And then you're like, oh, I'm not who I thought I was.
Not at all, man. 100%. Honestly, one time I was working the bag story and totally like roasted my right arm. Like I had from football, I had an injury with my right arm, and like hit the bag and just something in here cracked or sprained or something, and couldn't use my wrist for like 6 weeks. And that was the most humbling thing, because like I could not like turn my arm. So I'm just like, wow, like not having that ability, I'm like, holy shit, man. Like, I'm like, made me appreciate like having what I have, you know what I mean? Because I'm like,
yeah, that one little injury too, right? Dude. It really showed you, especially for a guy like you who literally needs it for like playing instruments and stuff.
Yeah, that's it, man. Like playing on piano, like my ring finger and my pinky finger, it was really hard to reach for those like other keys. It's not bad for guitar because it's like this, but oh man, it sucked. It really sucked.
Fuck, dude. Did you notice like once you started taking the working out thing more seriously and stuff, did you notice like changes in your music?
Yeah, I kind of did. Yeah, I noticed. One thing I did really notice was kind of hitting that humbling point, was a point where I was kind of hit the point where I was like, okay, well, here's where I am. Like, I'm working out. I'm here. This is all me. There's no outside noise. You know what I mean? I'm not at a gym where people are walking around and looking and judging. It's just me in my room, complete quiet, complete silence. Either I can do the reps or I can't, you know, very humbling. And I kind of brought that, I guess, the genuine feeling into my music of like, this is who I am. Take it how it is, you know?
Right.
So I definitely do think it went into my music a bunch. More with like my genuine releasing like emotions, as you could kind of feel on that track there. It's like, you know, this is how I want it to go, and this is what I want to say, you know?
Right. And then, yeah, I think that's good. And I think the fact that you can, you know, we had various different people come on. Like we've had, you know, Daniel come on and he works out all the time. We had a guy named Matt Scalzo. He's just a buddy. Plays for American Airport Sushi. He's been on.
Oh, I listened to that one.
Yeah. And he, bro, like that guy started taking working out so serious, like I want to say a year and a half, almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And how he started was just at home. Like the one thing, especially when I was like working out and people were asking me like various different things, like they would talk about how they don't like to go to a gym or they don't like doing this thing. But it's like, I think the fact that Daniel came on here and said it, you came on here and said it, and now Matt's coming on here and said it, where they've all been like, bro, we just do push-ups. Like we do push-ups, body weight exercises, and go for walks.
That's it.
Which like, it goes to show you, because like first of all, that doesn't cost anything. Nope. It doesn't cost any money wise. So it's like the fact that like you guys, especially, not to mention you're all musicians.
Yeah, that's
like
also true.
All you guys are musicians, and not to mention like Matt says he feels better on stage. Like he said, one of the things he said was before he was working out, he was getting gassed. He felt like he was getting gassed during his sets. Like he couldn't perform like at bars. Like he'd be like, bro, I'm fucking like dying up there.
Yep.
Like I can't breathe. But then,
He's
like,
right.
and like, even Devin Emiott was another guy. Devin Emiot's also a security guard on top of that. So he's like works security, and then he does that. So it's like all these guys all have the same reaction to working out, where they're like, "No, dude, I feel fucking. I feel like I can actually last." You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, 100%. Now, once I'm doing with these songs too, I'm starting to get into like hitting my higher ranges, performing. Oh my god! Like once I perform like this song or something, because this is an unreleased song. I have performed it a few times. After this one, I'm like, man, I got to take a break or something. We got to take a 5-minute pause, because like I just hit like everything I can in terms of vocal range. Like my vocal is going to die out if I do another song. So it's crazy how much working out and like the cardio has helped my lungs, and in turn kind of helped my vocal cords ability to like endure that and like kind of sing longer. Like, it's crazy.
Isn't that kind of wild to see what the body can do even after you put it like under physical stress and stuff like that, and somehow you still become better at the end of it?
It's crazy, man. Honestly, it's crazy, because when I first was working out, the amount of work, like the amount of reps I was doing, I was like, there's no point in doing this. Like there's no point, you know, but you always got to start somewhere, you know, and it's amazing how the body can like get to a point and then just keep going. Obviously, human genetics are a thing, but it's crazy how much it can go from one point to the next. It's
Right.
crazy, man. Like, look at like Conor McGregor. Look at that guy. Look at how he went from like 135.
That man may have had a little.
Yeah, he did have a little bit. Okay, so maybe that's not human. Yeah,
But,
that's very true.
I mean, it doesn't. I honestly don't think it takes anything away. Like, I don't think it takes anything
That's
away
true.
from him.
Amazing athlete.
He's an overall good athlete. Did you watch that documentary?
Crazy. Oh yeah,
Bro,
did,
I watched
man.
the whole thing in one day.
That's yeah, same. Honestly, same. I was like 4 hours. Bang that out.
I can
Let's
bang
do
that.
it.
I
Yeah,
can
we
bang that
bang
Conor
that
McGregor
out.
documentary out in 4 hours.
Oh man, he is definitely one of the, because I was watching him when he actually got the belt against Aldo. Like, that was when I first started getting into UFC.
Yeah.
And like, it was crazy. Like, he was the one where I was like, man, I was like, this guy's crazy, you know, like one of the almost like a fans of him. And then so to see him like
Talking the most shit.
yeah, to see him spiral up, you know, and then to see him kind of spiral down and like see all of these things. It's crazy to see how far he went. Like, it's crazy to see, and the weight change is crazy too. Like, he's massive now.
Went from being like the greatest flyweight to like now he's like, I need to be middleweight because I'm a giant.
Yeah, this guy's like, yeah, Chandler, we're gonna fight at 185. Like, I'm like, dude, what?
I'd be surprised if Chandler can get to 185.
Yeah,
dog.
me too.
That dude's like 5'5" or whatever, 5'4". But
You might need a little bit of that too. You
Yeah.
might need a little juice there.
they're probably all fucking on it. But it honestly, you know, in that documentary, it's funny because even though if the case was like he hasn't won something since like I forget what it was, like 2000 something, 2000.
Yeah, the Cerrone.
Yeah,
It was
the
2019, I think.
Yeah, and for them to say, you know, the one thing they did say was like they're like he has money, like he doesn't have to do this.
Very true. That's
Which
it.
is true, right? Because it's like he didn't have to do that. He's choosing to do it because he wants to prove that he's the best. Not to mention, like, yeah, he loses and he talks a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But that's like, bro, that's like the guy's whole fucking thing.
That's
like,
it,
you know what
man.
I mean? And do you ever hear him when he like in that documentary him talk about losses?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, bro, people lose. The fuck you talking about?
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
He takes it.
People lose. Like, you always take it on the chin. We keep moving forward, and I got to prove that I'm the baddest man on the planet.
That's
which
it,
is
man.
great. Which is crazy for a guy who, at the what was it in 2020, 2021 highest paid athlete, $100 million
Yes.
or whatever.
He's insane. Like, the amount of things that he's able to do in the ring and out of the ring is crazy. Like, when I first saw Proper 12 blowing off, I'm like, this is going to be just like some little thing. And now it's like blown up to where it's like almost everywhere now. And I'm like, man, like this guy is.
And it's not bad.
And it's not bad.
It's
I'm
not bad
gonna
whiskey,
lie.
dog. Like,
not
it's pretty
bad.
good.
I do like it. I'll have a little Proper 12 now and then. You know, it's not as good as this right here. This, what's this?
This is Wolfhead Coffee Whiskey.
Wolfhead. Yeah, shout out.
It's a local. It's a local place. Get it.
But yeah.
We're not even sponsored by
We're not
them.
sponsored.
Not
Don't sue us.
sponsors.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
sue
we're
us.
not sponsored. But I do. My grandma got me this. This
Hey,
is just
look,
the fucking from
We
the
got
place.
one of those.
You know,
Coaster.
coaster.
Bamboo ones are better anyway.
Bamboo. Yeah, the bamboo ones are better. But yeah, no, it's like, and his like just his business skills.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know, like, because people are so used to seeing him in like the media of him like popping off. Like, even during like the Aldo, like, remember the press conference with Aldo? He's like, oh, fucking, he takes his belt. Takes his belt from his side. He's like, this is what you're gonna see on Saturday. This is what you're gonna see.
Best part is Dana just lets it happen.
Dana's
Dana's like, oh, I don't know what's going on,
He's like,
buddy.
take a shot at Proper 12. Like, you know, he's just hyped to be there. And then, like, you don't even realize, like, how much of a family man he actually is.
Yeah.
In that documentary, I think they did a good job showing him. Calling his son Champ.
Oh, yeah.
That's all he calls his son Champ. He's like, come
He
on,
is,
Champ, hit the
man.
bag, Champ.
Oh,
hit the
yeah.
bag, Champ. And then his son crying when he has to leave. He goes, Dad, you got to go to work.
Yeah.
I gotta go knock this motherfucker out.
No,
Gotta go knock this motherfucker out, Champ. I'll
man.
be back.
He is a crazy, he's a really good father, like, role model. I follow him on Instagram and seeing him, like, all the time. I'll even see him on live every now and then. He'll be, like, playing with his kid and stuff, like, just doing whatever. I saw recently he started getting into, like, The Simpsons and stuff like that. So he was posting, like, on his story, like, The Simpsons, like, quotes and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, man, this guy's just fooling around at this point.
Dude, it's interesting because that guy came from one of the poorest parts of Dublin.
Yeah.
And I think when he went back and gave gym to the community and was like, showing kids how like you could do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a way out. Like, there's you know, we don't have to be stuck here. Like, because I don't remember. I think in Dublin at the time there was only like a handful of careers that you could actually really go down.
Yeah, it was like I think he was going to be a plumber. I believe it was.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Could you imagine him as a plumber? Could you imagine
your fucking drain's plugged?
yeah.
Because I'm Robert 12. No, can you imagine? Like, he's just,
Robert 12.
but like, yeah, dude, it's interesting to see because literally that guy could just not take fighting serious and then just be a whole different guy. Like, really, which is crazy for some people. Like, could you imagine Mike Tyson as like a regular human being?
No,
Like-
definitely not. Yeah, he's your cashier at like at Circle K or
Starbucks.
something. Yeah, Starbucks. He was like,
I had Starbucks. I had Starbucks for the first time today.
for the first time
time
today.
today. What'd I get?
Congrats! Oh
What'd I
my
get again?
god.
Envie iced white mocha, no whip. And this guy slugged it back.
I slugged it back. That was my first time ever having it.
It's like he shotgunned it.
Yeah,
Cracked the
oh,
bottom.
buddy, I could have shotgunned that fucking thing. I get it now. He's been going for a
That's
while and
it.
trying to hype it up.
I just get little juices.
Oh, I get the juices too.
Bro,
Yeah,
I get like iced teas and shit.
Yeah, but she gave me that like that mocha thing or whatever,
Lemonades.
and bro, I was like, what the fuck? Like, this thing is so fucking good, dude. It was like, it's the most expensive drink I think I've ever witnessed in my life.
Yeah.
But but it was so fucking good because I took a sip of it and she was like, I'm like, this is the best thing. This thing is so fucking good, dude. This thing is so fucking good. And I almost wanted to come back. Like, do you understand? I almost wanted to get another one before we did this. I was like, holy fuck,
The
dude.
first time I had it, I went back 3 times that day.
Shut the fuck up.
First time I ever at Starbucks, I was like, we gotta go back.
Those juices are pretty good
I'm
though.
like,
I'm not gonna lie.
There's berries in it, bro. When I was getting it, there was like
Yeah.
berries in it. I'm like, fuck, there's fruit in here.
It's like the strawberry acai or something like that. That one's pretty good, honestly.
I think it's
shout
just-
out that one.
Yeah, what intimidates me is the names. That's what
I don't
it is.
know the words. I don't know the words.
The names intimidate me. Like, she went in there like a champ. Like, she just spit that shit, and they knew exactly what she was saying, dog. I would have been like, I would have got lost. I would have got lost.
I'm like, I had to write it down. I practice it.
I've had to order for like somebody at my work, and I've just taken a picture of like their old cup and just been like, yeah, here, give me this,
dude. One
That's the
time,
best thing.
oh, we were all hanging out at our one buddy's house, and I'm saying hi to everybody, and this one girl just got Starbucks, and I completely went to say hi, knocked it right out of her hand.
Oh,
And I was like, I know that you went into your savings for that. Let me fucking get you a new one, please. And then she was like, you don't have to. It's not a big deal. And I was like, no, it's a big deal. Text it to me, and I'll go in there. And I'm reading it before I get in there, and I'm like, I'm not going to, like, this is not going to work out. Like, I'm going to have to fucking go in there and just show her. And then she's like, ice or chilled. And I'm like, well, you lost me. There we go. Or whatever it is, warm or chilled or whatever the fuck it is. Warm or ice. And I'm like, yeah, see, that you can't ask me that. Like, that's where you're going to lose me right there. Right there.
One of each.
I'm like, what? Can we get both? Can we get warm? Can we get warm in there?
He's
Can we
like,
get
yeah.
ice, warm liquid?
Warm or chilled? Yes.
And then the drink ended up being like $9. And I was like, Jesus Murphy, man.
like, yeah, I'll split a couple change on that. It's like, yeah, $12.85.
Let me call my bank.
Yeah, let me see if
realize-
I can do this.
Didn't realize I was going to have to ask for a fucking loan for this drink here.
You see those things in the States where like they can do like payment plans for anything?
Oh, they're starting to do that now.
it's
Yes,
like,
yeah.
Finally paid off my Starbucks from last week, and at the top, it's like an $8 charge, and then every day's been 50 cents coming out of there.
3 easy payments of $2.85. And you'll get done.
And he
A
goes,
month.
barely made it. I was gonna go into debt.
I was
over
going to go
this.
into crippling debt if I kept fucking paying for this. Even, like, they'll let you do that on Amazon now.
They do.
Yeah, like, they'll even, like, I remember I was searching up equipment, and they're like,
Oh, you think we can?
yeah,
I'm gonna start buying outrageous shit on the internet.
impulse buy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, halfway you don't like it? You're like, nah, I don't want to pay it.
Refund me the fucking first part.
Yeah.
I'm keeping the product.
I'm keeping the product.
I'll start buying motorcycles and shit off Amazon.
Oh,
Turn it empty box. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to it. I don't know.
yeah.
Throw some rocks
Fill up
in
the
it.
truck or something.
They're like, this is not the item that you've returned.
Well, that's what I received.
That's yeah.
then you're like,
That's why I'm returning it. That's
this is what you guys gave me this. You guys gave me this. Let's. I want to.
How dare you accuse me?
Get your fucking HR on the phone. Get your HR on the fucking phone right now. I'm done.
see, we got to figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. We
It's
figured
worked
it.
for me so far. They haven't caught on. My Amazon account's still active.
Yeah, the Amazon. Yeah, I like. You know, no one even thought that like Amazon was gonna hit. Like, imagine back.
Oh, man.
Remember when we were in grade school, dog? And imagine if we were in grade school and someone comes up to you and they're like, "Hey, man, believe it or not, one day there'll be something where you can order it in the next fucking day." Because shipping at that point when we were young, bro, shipping was like you maybe will get it in 2 weeks, maybe a month. You may not get it at all. Like you may actually not receive your item. And the thing is, you took the fucking risk when you purchased shit. You took that risk. You're like, I may not receive this item, and people took it. Now it's like Amazon said it was going to be here today. Let's get on the phone.
What's going on?
Let's get. Hey, what's with that?
Hey, they said 12 p.m. It's 12:45. Come on.
You get now you get upset when your package is not there. You're like, that's fucking weird. I don't know about that. That or imagine like the skip the dishes thing, or like Uber Eats or Postmates for States people.
Not even close, man. I wouldn't have even thought of that. Yeah, the skip the dishes thing is crazy. Like I've always thought of that as a kid. Like why doesn't like every place have like delivery? Like,
a delivery system as a kid,
bro.
Because they couldn't figure it out back then.
Dude, I don't know why. In high school, I remember for some reason I was on a big Subway binge. Like I liked Subway.
Yeah. Subway was fresh.
And
$5 foot long.
Dude,
right after all the allegations came out.
Yeah, right before. That's when Subway was good. That's when Subway was
That's
good.
how you forgot.
Yeah,
like $5.
They're like, shit, we got to come back from this. Let's decrease the price of the sub by $2.
And then it was like, even if it was a $5 sub, it'd still be like, okay, $8.25.
Taxes, shipping, you know.
Yeah, the bread tax is unreal.
Yeah, you know how much it pays these fucking people to make these sandwiches.
Yeah, dude. I remember I was thinking that as a kid, though. I was like, man, I wish I get. Which is funny because, bro, I was near a Subway almost all the time. Like I was never because there's one
very, very close to a Subway. What were you thinking getting it delivered?
I was like, I don't know.
It was not even 2 blocks,
dude. It wasn't, and I was like, I was so lazy. I was like,
he wants the luxury. He's like, I just want to walk out the door and there's Subway there.
Oh, listen, I'm talking a lot of shit. Like I don't do it now.
Yeah.
I do it too. Oh my god.
Oh fuck! I gotta get in my car,
dude. There's so much shit that's actually close to us. Like, bro, Taco Bell's close, McDonald's close, but you'll Uber Eats that fucking shit all day. You'll Uber
all day.
No shame in my game.
Probably did last week, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, bro,
I do it to avoid the shame of going in there and ordering the amount I do. That driver, he doesn't know how many people are in the house.
It's like, sir, you want 40 ketchup packets? Like, are you sure?
Are you sure, man?
It's 4 junior chickens, no mayo. Like, it's all for one guy. You know what I mean? They figured it out.
Yeah, I got kids, you know.
Oh, those crazy bastards.
Just mucking them in the parking lot.
Yeah. These 6 Happy Meals are for the kids I have, I promise. I don't need the toys.
All individual toys, please. I'd like them all to be different.
My kids.
Yeah, you know they are.
My kids don't like the same toys, so please.
They don't want extra. They want doubles. They don't want no doubles or nothing.
Bro, and now we're here.
Yeah.
And we'll still complain about it. We'll be like, bro, it's a fucking 30-minute wait. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah. It's just how people develop, man. Like it's crazy. Like you said, it's like if your package isn't there, if it's 12 and it's like your package isn't there by 2, it's like, come on, what's going on?
There better have been a fucking plane crash.
Yeah. My driver better be dead, or I am filing a complaint.
The reviews on this one's gonna be bad.
One
delivery was late. They were late by an hour, so I took it up with
fire this man. If he's not already dead, fire him.
And then when you used to have to text them. I remember you used to have to text like if you didn't get like your order. Like I remember one time, bro. The thing is with Amazon too, they're way better with it now because now they're like, I want to see. Yeah. Like I want to know because I remember the one time and it was my own dumb ass fault, dude. It was my own like complete idiot fault. So we it wasn't these mics, but it was the first mics we ever had when we first started. And I opened the fucking package and it didn't have it didn't have like this part.
Yep.
This part on the mic.
The fluff or whatever.
Yeah, the little or spit or whatever the fuck they call it. Yeah, but so of course right away hopping on the phone. Right away, I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm trying to start my podcast and
Where's Jeff? Where's Jeff? Get me Bezos on the line.
Bezos on the line.
I'm like, I want through the Bezos right now since he didn't give me. But dude, I just opened the package, bro. It was next to me. Like the whole thing was next to me, and I called and I was upset. I was like, how the fuck did you guys give me a fucking mic without a spit guard or whatever, blah blah, and all this shit. And then she goes, okay, sir, we'll refund you for the one, blah, blah, blah. They refund me, shut off the phone. I look, and I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like,
your Amazon account's going to be banned the minute this episode's up.
I'm like, whoops.
You're shutting your account down.
Yeah, they're gonna refund. They're like that $23 really hit the
Give me
fucking.
that back.
Really is hurting the Amazon stocks. But yeah, man, like even like that guy. There's so many things. The self-driving cars too. Like think about that. That's coming out.
Scary.
Like, could you imagine when we were in like grade school, high school? Like, hey man, we're gonna have a self-driving car.
No,
Yeah.
never could have believed that.
Well, fuck. They were promising people flying cars like 30 years ago, and people were like, "Yeah, that makes sense to me. That'll be out."
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that
all
should
believed
not-
it.
that should-
Any day now.
Yeah,
And the thing is, everyone looked at that and were like, that shouldn't go wrong.
Yeah.
Like that should not go wrong.
People can handle cars on the ground. They can handle fucking cars in the air.
in the air.
Dude,
Yeah,
people
fuck it.
can't handle cars, bro.
No.
I look especially when I leave Oldcastle, and I'm fucking driving down Walker. Like I think people just give up on
Walker.
driving.
Yeah,
I think
Walker's the
people just
worst.
give up sometimes. They're
Yeah.
just like, what? Like they miss a fucking.
I turn here.
Yeah, I turn here now. Like, you know,
I think angry drivers go to Walker to like express their rage. You know what I mean? Like
That's
they're in a
right.
stoplight and they just drive into the person in front of them. Like they're like, I just need to go. Like it's like I don't care.
which is like people make fun of me because like I don't know, I'm a cautious. Like I need to
Yeah.
like, bro. I think maybe it's just my brain, but it's like I think it's wild that we drive vehicles that are like 1,000, 2,000 pounds
It's crazy.
at like all these speeds.
This is where he's gonna admit he's a bitch.
Yeah, I'm a bitch, bro. I drive.
He's
I
prepping
drive,
it. He's
bro. I fucking like. I can't imagine it because I couldn't imagine hurt somebody
Tell
with
him.
my truck.
Tell him what you do.
I drive the speed limit.
Fucking
I
loser.
drive the speed limit, man.
dangerous.
There you go.
It's not dangerous.
Throw the band-aids off.
It's dangerous. No one else on the road is doing that. If you're just fucking going slower than everyone else, someone's gonna hit you.
It's not. I'm
Someone's
good.
gonna hit you.
I've been good.
It's gonna be me.
I've experienced that.
Rand's gonna hit you.
Was it you drive there to get on time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is how we decide who's gonna drive between Jake and I. If we want to arrive alive, it's gonna be him. If we want to arrive on time, it's gonna be me.
Just saying, man. It's crazy out there.
I was just talking shit about you yesterday about that exact thing.
That's good.
That's
Thank you.
hilarious.
Well, I was thinking about you.
Well, no, that's what I'm curious about that. Like you're thinking about me, but like yeah, no. So then you have like Teslas coming out with like self-driving, which like those have been I feel like not
Insane.
promising because I heard
How many deaths have they caused?
Can we find that out?
Is it 6?
Teslas. How many deaths have been caused by Tesla's self-driving? Let's find
it's
that
gotta
out.
be a lot.
What do you? Everyone
Well,
take
you
a guess.
gotta-
Take a guess.
7.
7? At least
year.
7?
Oh.
A year?
Well,
7 a
Since it
year?
came out.
Yeah, because I was gonna say it's got to be like in the hundreds, definitely. Like
I don't
not
know
a
if it-
year, not a year, but like
I don't
a
think-
total.
Oh, in total?
Total.
I feel like
a
if it was
year?
in the hundreds, they would have shut it down already.
Yeah, but
Okay, I'm gonna say
that's-
I'm gonna say a
true.
solid 23. We'll say
23.
23 total.
Okay. Okay, I'm going higher. I'm going like 40, 50.
Fair.
Yeah, ballpark.
Wonder if they give it to us. No, what? I don't
There
know
you
if
go.
that's true.
It's true.
Everything you see on the internet is true.
It's the first. How could it be? Well, you got to think those cars are pretty strong because like
I thought I read.
remember
something.
that guy who drove his entire family off a cliff and they all
Yeah,
lived?
bro. Did you hear about this?
I kind of did hear about
It was
that,
like
yeah.
a 200-foot cliff or something like that.
That's
and his
insane.
whole like I mean like bro, you look at the car and for sure be like everyone in that car
Yeah,
died,
they
but they
did
didn't.
survive.
They
No
survived.
one died.
No one died. They all survived.
That's what I mean. Those are tough cars, so it's probably just the design saving people, not the
the
stuff.
solid because what is it like they do different, right? It's like the solid aluminum frames. I think they do.
Yeah.
Right?
What brand is that car?
Tesla, right?
Tesla.
Oh,
yeah,
it
that's
was
what
the
I mean.
Tesla.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
mean.
This
like,
is it. Look at this car.
That
bro.
car fucking it held together pretty good for.
Look at that car, bro.
0 fatalities.
0 fatalities from that.
Man, I gotta put respect on Tesla. I said like 50, and there's none. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We all said numbers of
Yeah,
death.
we
and
all
we were all
up
wrong.
there.
Yeah, we were all.
You just assume.
Yeah,
You just assume they would have
Well,
fucked up a
it's-
little bit.
yeah. No, that's
Gotta
How many
assume.
major car accidents have they caused? Maybe not deaths.
This says 4.7 accidents per million miles driven.
That's such a weird statistic.
because-
Like, I don't know
yeah.
how to arrange that.
I remember.
It's less than regular cars, probably because there's less electric cars than regular cars.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
But I
Very
remember
true.
because I remember seeing a article of like the Tesla self-driving. It was on like some California highway, and it just stopped.
Yeah.
Like it just stopped, and then it caused like an
Yeah.
8-car crash or whatever.
It does that, yeah. It's like it makes sure that you're awake or something like that, and then if you're not awake, then it starts to turn off the self-driving or something like that. It is pretty safe.
I heard it's pretty safe. I mean, it's only gonna get safer when they try it. But I think it's like when you have the beginning. You know, it's like the first thing that they're trying to put out to the public and figure things out. And I think it's gonna get messy. Or it's like when your car like. I've seen so many memes of like the Tesla car where it's like this dude will be picking up his boy from like some girl's house and he goes, can't leave my girl's house yet because the car has to update.
Yeah, the car needs an update.
So it's like sitting there. It's like a 20-minute update. So they're just sitting there in this girl's driveway, like waiting for the car to update.
Or you know what? Mercedes is doing like mods in the car that like you pay for subscriptions now.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even know that.
And I seen a meme for that, and it was like when you're driving on the highway and your subscription runs out in your Mercedes, and then just like the car just stops on the road, and it's like everybody like.
What's the subscriptions for?
It was BMW started it. They were charging a monthly subscription for heated seats.
For heated seats?
Yeah.
And then other
That's
companies.
wild.
And people paid for it. Yeah. So other companies were like, well, we can do that.
Bro, I've never heard of that. That's the first time I've ever heard of this.
Pretty sure Tesla does something similar to that.
Probably.
Like you can subscribe to like you pay a little extra for extra features.
Bro, because I remember like you would have to pay for subscriptions for like remember that OnStar?
Yeah.
OnStar. I remember you need
the call thing.
Yeah, the call thing. I remember you needed that. Self-driving subscriptions?
Yeah, you pay for it's what is it? $100 a month or some shit to get full self-driving in your Tesla.
Wait, what's not full self-driving? Like, is it?
Yeah,
it's like lane assist.
It's gonna like bend turns and stuff. Like, it's just
cut them early drifts.
Just pass by the bush there. Just
we'll go right over that.
Oh, you can buy it right from your car. That's convenient.
Oh shit.
Well, you got to make the self-driving convenient. Be able to pay for that shit quick. Tap.
Yeah.
They got that tap, right?
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna have. They're gonna
right
have like
in
the tap thing right
yeah.
in the car in the dash.
The first will ask for a tip.
Yeah. 15, 20, 25. Which one you want?
They turn it to you. Turns. What would you?
Would you like to donate?
Keeps getting closer to you. Click one.
When we're gonna have to all start tipping AI bots. Yeah. How this AI bot did to you? What are you going to use this tip money for? Get out.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
You are AI. Yeah.
You are AI.
Crazy what that's able to do nowadays. People are like citing that now, like using that as like information backing.
Bro, the ChatGPT shit's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Where it's like he said it was passing the bar test.
Yep.
The fuck, like, bro, it's kind of wild because people are replacing Siri with the ChatGPT thing.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yes.
Which I've seen that, and then I watched this guy. So he used his old iPhone as the chat, like the camera on the old iPhone, the ChatGPT's eyes. So bro, it was actually wild. So he opened his fridge and had the ChatGPT scan his whole fridge, scan everything that's in it. I think I've said this story before. Scanned the whole thing in it, and he was doing like a keto diet. So he was asking like, hey, he was asking the ChatGPT, what in here is keto friendly? And so it told him like this in your fridge is keto friendly. No and then it asked it, and then it asked he asked it, he goes, okay, with all the ingredients you just listed, what dish can I make? And not even like, dude, it pulled up like a second later, it was like, here, you can make this. This is easy. Oh my God. And he asked like specific stuff. Like he was like, I need it cooked in 5 minutes. What's a dish I can make with these foods that I have? And I gave him one right away. Boom. There you go.
That's insane, man. The amount of things that it's able to do, like even off a hand, because I think that's GPT-4.
Yeah,
because that's the one that can like read things, it can code things.
Yeah,
even GPT-3 is crazy. The things that you can do, like it's insane the amount of things that AI can do.
I think someone asked it, make me money, so they gave it $50 and they said make it $5,000. So the GPT thing needed to find a way to get into needed to pass like a CAPTCHA test, get it to a website. So it went on Fiverr and hired a human being to do the test for them.
Holy.
Yeah, so it couldn't get past this test, so it hired someone to do it for them.
That's actually wild.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
So that's fucking wild.
Yeah,
that
so now they can
kind of scary.
They can bypass those now.
Yeah, see, like that stuff will be interesting because we even talk about always like the Boston Dynamic robots. Like you remember those?
Wow, yeah, yep.
Those things are scary. Like especially when we first started looking at them in like 2016, where it was like they couldn't really do much. Like they had the concept of like moving, but now it's like, bro, they're doing flips.
Yeah, that's very
And then
true.
California was like, we should let these things like start like, you know,
Well, so give them cops. The cops now.
They're
What
cops.
about
Yeah,
the
give him
cops
an
now?
AR and just let him be a cop.
get out
Yeah,
there.
Like that's gonna go well.
yeah. Like let this fucking robot decide what's a deadly force.
Yeah, we got RoboCop.
Bro,
just
anything,
happening
it's gonna think
everywhere.
anything's harmful. Like you get a little bit of
That's
water
it.
near it.
That's it. You ever played Fallout and just like all the robots
Yeah.
are just shooting everything? Like
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna get.
It's cool.
It's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like,
So what do you think, RoboCop future or Terminator future?
that's a good question.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't think I'd get posed with that.
It's,
I would say
We only
I
have
would say
two
RoboCop.
options now.
I would say RoboCop.
Yeah, I'm saying
honestly.
private corporations are going to own everything.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to let the AI get that far. I really,
I don't.
really hope, unless they have already.
Well, because even the thing with like ChatGPT, you notice that it's like backed, like it needs to thrive off of information. And like one thing that it can't really do is it can't really like learn a new thing that like it hasn't been programmed to do. Like it can based off of the information that it's given, it can kind of like extrapolate, but it can't really like learn a new concept like that. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it
because we're not
honestly.
smart enough.
Because
To
we are not
it
smart
can't make
enough.
its own
Yes.
shit up, bro.
Exactly.
It can't make
kind
shit
of
up. It can't improvise.
Yeah, like there's certain things that it needs a human to do. It
Right.
like there needs to
Like
be
the
human,
capture test.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he needs to go on Fiverr, which you know what? I might go on Fiverr and just put myself, be like, hey, I'll do a capture test for you. You know what I mean? $15, and you know.
I'd go more than 15, man. If they're giving them
Yeah,
fucking
that's
AI
true.
50, I'm going 45.
Yeah, that's true. But an AI is probably gonna know how to barter. You know, he's
Oh,
probably.
can you
he's
imagine if it did?
probably-
Could you imagine if the AI just started bartering with people? Like, come on, man, let's work out a deal.
Come on, hey, I gotta
How fast for the AI just puts your IP address just in the fucking chat?
He's like, this you? Windsor, Ontario?
Yeah,
this
this
you?
How's
Wanna get-
Windsor, idiot?
Want to get doxxed? you want to?
You want to get?
I'll fry your router.
What do you do the test for free or I fry your shit?
Yeah, it starts controlling. It's like, but then it's like, what about if it was like just so smart? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so smart to the point where it's like we don't need the humans.
That's the very scary thing.
That's a very scary.
And-
That's
and-
an extreme way of thinking about it. But
And it is, but honestly, like the way I see it, and like we said, we are not smart enough. But the main thing that I think is that there always will need like some sort of human intervention, like needed to kind of keep it going. That's kind of what I think. And honestly, it might not be true, and there probably will be a point where it doesn't need us anymore because we've given it enough information. But at this point, like it seems like there's a bunch of limitations. in
What
certain areas.
happens in every single robot dystopian movie?
they realize
The
humans
robots
ain't shit.
are like, wait a
Facts.
second.
humans ain't shit.
Wait a second.
Facts?
These fuckers are pretty easy to just get rid of.
Yeah.
It'll solve like almost all our problems.
Yeah, just show them a cute cat video or something like that. Get on their emotions, and we can play them definitely.
Well, yeah. And then he. I mean, multiple people brought it up, but when we were talking about it, he brought up like a good point of like, what about if it could fake? What was the thing you said? It could fake like attacks.
Oh, well,
Right.
it's what it can do already, like deep fake technology, how they can fake faces and shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so if they really, if like an AI was like, oh, you know, it'd be great, or even just a person with access to AI and deepfake, they can make a video saying like put Putin's face on a screen,
Yep.
saying like, oh, we're gonna nuke the U.S.
I've
'cause
seen
of
that.
their intervention,
I've seen that.
and then the U.S. can't determine if it's fake or not because the communication with the Russians has been cut off.
Yep.
They might just retaliate. They could.
Damn. Yeah. You know what? That is a possibility.
Yeah, well, it's
It's not
kind
far.
of what the fucking the security community's been talking about for over a decade now.
Especially how
crazy.
crazy
'Cause
technology is.
There's nothing new. We got nothing new. It's just better. It's just getting better and better.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all the things they've been warning us to not develop or do, they just keep doing it anyway.
Yeah. That's very true.
Even
Yeah.
with like the Google stuff. Remember when Google was trying to do that where they started their like chat thing or whatever and it started to feel emotion? Like it started to feel emotion
It's
towards
like
things.
I want to be alive.
Yeah, I
it
wanna
was
be
asking
alive,
stuff
bro.
Like
It's
that.
like,
That was kind of
whoa.
scary. Yeah, that's true.
Bro, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? And they were like, "Okay, shut it down, shut it down." Yeah.
Like, all right, off.
and then just already so many videos of like I even seen a video today where they're like essentially just beating the shit out of this robot. Like they're hitting it with like poles or whatever.
Damn.
And it's like, bro, that thing, it's gonna take a minute for that thing to remember it.
Oh, the movement robots. Yeah, they do that. Yeah, they'll like knock
where they're
it
trying
over.
to trip it.
Yep. Trying to get
smack it in the
movement.
face.
Yeah. But like, what gives me hope is all the videos of robots just killing themselves.
Yeah,
I
mean,
I didn't even see robots.
Oh well, okay. So they had this one on an assembly line, like kind of like packaging shit for Amazon, and someone knocked the package out of order, and it was just like, oh fuck, I have no meaning, and just shut itself off. And then there was this other one where it was like a security guard robot that goes around the premises, and it was doing that for like a few weeks. And then one night, it's just a video of it like standing by the pond, just sitting there, turns towards the pond, and just fucking full send right into the water. Just ended his life.
Even they're
Yo,
like,
that's
we don't
kinda
want
sad.
these jobs.
Okay, wait a second. You ain't paying me shit for this.
It's kind of
First
sad.
of all,
That's like Rick and Morty, like the butter.
Yeah.
The butter.
what's my purpose?
I
You
have
pass
no
butter.
purpose. Yeah. It's like, oh.
That is it.
But that's what I mean. I feel like there's always going to be something that the robot, like something like that, does not compute kind of point in time, like you were saying, where it's like the box is gone. Now he has no thing to like a human would be like, oh, the box is gone. Well, let's see. Where's the box? Bring the box over here and move it. The computer literally just fucking died. It was like, I can't.
It's like,
compute
what
this.
the fuck?
Yeah, it got mind fucked. Like it couldn't even come back from that.
This box is not here. Yeah.
What we'll know when the robots are taking over as soon as Amazon figures out their sorting system.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
They pay fucking millions of dollars a year to try and figure out a robot program that can figure out their packaging system.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, once he knows that, yeah, we're all done.
Yeah.
Because like, what do you want to say like that all star? I know you could say like it started from like various different points, but it's like the way I look at it is like through the self checkout. Like self checkout was a big thing, I think, when it first dropped, because now it was like you didn't have to interact with somebody. It was like you go to the grocery store. Now, bro, you literally don't have to interact with anybody.
True.
Bro, it's not even that. Like we talked about fucking like skip the dishes, all that shit.
Yeah.
Bro, what about Instacart? Do you know Instacart?
Yep.
A motherfucker will go shopping for you.
Yep.
A motherfucker will go shopping for, or you want to say, what's that? Where you can order groceries, but you can just go pick them up.
Yeah, curbside delivery.
Curbside delivery. That's what that's called. Yeah.
You could Instacart and then curbside, and then it's like you just see the guy, you're like, "Hi, thanks, bye." That's it. That's all you had to say to the guy.
Yeah. And it's like you don't have to go do this thing anymore.
That's nuts, man. It's nuts, and it kind of makes people kind of more like hermits, almost like they kind of lose that like social connection.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing that I was talking about with one of the customers that came into my store. He's from like England, and he was talking about the pub vibe over there. And he was like, the vibe when you go into a pub, and even when you kind of go to the downtown areas, like everybody's friendly and everybody's having a good time, and like, you know, everybody's drinking, so they're just like, oh, you know, come have a drink with us. And it's not like that here, is what he said. He's like, everybody just wants to be like with their friends, and they don't want to like go outside of their friend group because there's like, especially in the States, maybe not here, but there's a lot of danger, you know. So it kind of, especially with that like AI stuff, when the self checkouts and everything is more viable, it's like, I'd rather just deal with this because it's less social interaction, and it just makes people more like, or less socially, like, what's the word, socially
Integrated, baby.
yeah, integrated, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they you know, so they're like, oh, I'd much rather deal with like an AI this or an AI that. And then when you have to like go to the store and it actually doesn't have like a self checkout, you're like breaking down before you're about to buy these jelly beans. Like, you're like, holy fuck, I gotta ask this person, like, how are you doing? And they might ask me, they might actually
That's
tell
how I'm
me.
doing and
They might
shit.
ask me, and I might be like, oh man, now I gotta ask. Like,
Is it weird? I kind of wait for that. Like I almost sit there and I'm like waiting for them to ask me like, oh, how's it going?
yeah, and that's the human in you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's the human in you, is like, you want that connection because you don't get that, right? Like, you go to the store, there's a self checkout. You go to a lot of jobs are like work from home. So let's say now you're working from home. Now you're not like interacting with people at work. So you're just choosing to be isolated, and it kind of makes you like just stuck to yourself. You're not able to communicate with people, and it makes you think communication is like scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes you think that. There's even like, I remember I brought up this story of like this streamer. Like, I know it's going off with like totally left turn, but it's like this streamer was like, at one point in the middle of his stream, he was like, I actually don't like doing this. He goes, I stream for like fucking 8 to 12 hours a day. I have no social interaction. And like, this is the only way I can make money. It's like through doing this. So it's almost like, because you would look at that, like someone would look at that, like if you said, hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, I stream like me playing video games for a living. You'd be like, oh dude, that's a fucking awesome life.
That sounds
like,
sick.
That seems sick as fuck. And this dude's like, I hate doing this. I hate the fact I have no life.
Damn, and that's like a cry for help almost.
Buddy invested in crypto.
He's like, buddy, your life's gonna change.
Buddy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Invest in crypto.
Buddy, you're getting free cash from these idiots. What are you saying?
But it's that, and then even like, bro, we're like, I think a robot can clean up better.
Yeah.
Like we were like, everyone sat there and they were like, what were those things? What do they call those things that vacuum?
Rombas.
Rombas. That's what it is.
Yeah,
They got the Roomba, and then they got like a big ass like thing at Walmart now.
Yeah.
Like they got a big ass
I'm gonna buy
robot.
a Roomba. You know what?
Yeah. Just let it go around. Just let it go around your room.
Why not?
And then it gives you a notification on your phone. It's stuck. Roomba's stuck right now. Stuck right now. But yeah, bro, did you even hear like an AI? I think it was an AI thing. They generated like a song with Drake in The Weeknd.
Oh man, I've seen so many of those
doing
things.
a lot of those.
Dude,
now.
today I've seen SpongeBob do an NBA YoungBoy song.
Bro, what the
Dude,
fuck?
literally, and it was like, it sounded like him. Like I was like, this is kind of cool, but it's also scary. Like,
does that worry you in any way? Like of an artist, from an artist point of view?
Oh man, the amount of, there is actually not two things, but there's a bunch of things that I've learned. Main two things was that you can AI generate a beat, and you can also AI generate a song. Completely, you can AI generate a song. Mm-hmm. So like, you could just be like, there's websites, and like obviously once you get subscriptions to certain things, there's a lot of like Discord mods that can do things. You can just be like, oh, make a depressing song about like a breakup, and make it like upbeat though, and blah blah blah,
and have Elvis sing it.
Yeah, and fuck it, have Elvis sing it, or have like Drake sing it or something, and then boom, it's there, and it's like, and it's crazy. Right now we're kind of in the beginning stages, but now it's kind of taking off. Like I watched this the SpongeBob one I was talking about was in a succession of like, it was like Drake singing like an Ice Spice song, and then it was like Kanye singing like some other song, and I'm like, it's crazy how well it sounds. Like it sounds like they're singing it, but they've really never said those words before, like in succession. It's crazy how the thing can put it together, man.
Because they have so much audio out there of their voice.
Very true. Very true.
Someone can make us say anything.
Right.
That's very
anything
true.
on earth.
I was just about to say this. So recently, there's been like this like scam thing going around where it's like they will call your parents and they'll use your voice. So they'll use your voice to be like, I'm in trouble or whatever. You got to send them money, and it's your voice. Like it's actually your voice. And people are doing this. Like people, so they get the phone call and it's like, if you contact the police, we'll kill them. So it's like they'll send money to these people. Like this is actively going on.
It's a scam.
And it's like I was even thinking, because I was thinking about that because like of how much actual recording there is of our voice. Like I was thinking like I should probably just mention something one time, like check in with me for, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
true.
Because like right, because like that is scary, that the fact that they could use.
We've
your
already
voice.
had the discussion. Just don't give them anything. It's not worth it.
Yeah, if I call you asking for money, don't do it.
Yeah. You almost have to like say that, like check with me first. You know what I mean?
That's
That's an
hilarious.
easy out.
Yeah.
That's it. Just hang up. It's like, it doesn't matter.
But that shit is wild, man.
It is. It's crazy how much AI can generate like off of itself. You know what I mean? Like just being able to be like, there's text to speech AI or text to speech AI.
Yeah.
So it's like you can just text it to be like boom, 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 say this and talk like Drake, and it'll do it. And it's crazy how well it can do it, and it's getting better.
But you could have it like this guy was showing an example. I've said this thing before, but it's like the guy was giving examples, so he was deliberately like texting himself. So he'd be like, like an example that he used. This is a simple example. Was like. He was pretending that it was his girlfriend, so he's like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna cut my hair. What do you think?" And the AI chatbot read that message and then made the perfect response to it.
I've been doing I've been doing that since it came out.
Oh yeah,
It works great.
I think we've all been doing a little bit.
I don't know.
It's working out so well for me.
I think if we ever get stuck, I think you just throw it into GPT.
Yeah.
I used to just like,
you know what
I used to just message another dude and be like, "Yo, man, I don't know what the fuck to say to this."
Yeah. You just go off your boy's advice, even though it's probably like
never
ass.
listen to it. Never listen.
Yeah.
But it's nice to get a second opinion.
going to your boys for fucking advice, the worst thing, because your boys don't give a fuck because it's not them.
Yeah, for real.
Tell her you hate her hair now.
They just want to say something to sound like it's like they know what they're talking about. Like they're like, oh, you know what? Yeah, you got to talk about her hair, bro. Do that, and it's like you'll be good.
It'll work out,
totally
bro.
Not it.
Tell her to shave it.
The guy,
Trust.
asking the guy who has no game. You ask one of your boys that have no game.
That's why I always ask Alex.
Yo, he's the loudest one.
Do you ever see those memes where it's like,
Giving my friend life-altering advice, knowing I have no experience.
Yeah,
no, that's a good one, but it's like me saying that this girl's pretty or whatever. It's like the dude who has absolutely no game at all. It's like, it's all right.
Yeah, she's all right.
She's all right.
As long as you're happy with her, bro.
I love hearing that. I love hearing that.
I can't breathe. Oh my god.
You say that and it throws your whole perspective into a spiral. Like, wait.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute. What? Wait,
Shit,
you,
wait a
you don't
sec.
get any bitches, but like, how are you saying
What do you mean by that?
A guy who's never talked to a girl. I don't know. She looks okay, I guess.
Shit, bro. Am I dating a fucking six? What's happening?
You're like, wait a minute.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Those fucking. Oh my god. And then like they're even like, dude, there'll be AI memes soon, and they're just gonna be way better.
God.
They won't.
Oh my god.
You don't think
They
they'll be
won't
better?
hit the same niche. You know what I mean?
That's that human.
Yeah,
Like, there's-
that's for real.
With certain like memes nowadays, I feel like there's like so many things they call back.
That's very true.
Yeah, you know
That's
what?
very
That's
true.
Yeah.
And AI ain't gonna catch that.
Yeah,
AI's not
that's
gonna catch
very
that.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't know, like saying things that are funny. I don't know if you can AI generate that. Like imagine if you said to GPT like generate like a comedy skit or something. I feel like it would come out with something really corny and like contrived. You
Well,
know what
they
I
do it.
mean?
There's
Like-
already that thing where they do a 24/7 episode of Seinfeld.
And I guess it's not shit.
It's all AI generated.
Really?
It's all this one the other day was like they're saying there's a monster in the basement, Jerry, and the landlord wanted to kick out the monster and like get it out, and Kramer was like, "We can't kill it. We can't kill it. It's a person too." And I'm like, that sounds like an episode of Seinfeld,
That's
man.
crazy. Okay, maybe stay corrected. That's crazy. That's what I feel like.
It won't hit the same. It won't
No.
hit the
That's
same.
what I mean. Yeah,
like
yeah,
level, but
exactly.
It's there.
But he's right about like he goes. I feel like they go back.
Yeah.
They do because there's even like a bunch of Mike Tyson ones where it's like it's way back in the day, or like bro, where they find
80s.
like memes to use like in song. Like they'll find like a part of a song and they use
Look at this
it.
photograph.
Yeah.
Look at this graph.
Oh shit. Yeah, they won't ever be as good as Vine. Is what I'm trying to say.
Facts.
AI can't capture that.
Vine.
Nah,
yeah.
You're right about that. That's actually true.
And then like there's people who just do their own skits now. Now that we're thinking about it, you're right. Maybe AI can't take that over.
Not like
because
that.
like the skit thing are funny, especially like people who like. Do you remember that? Why can't I think of his name? Trevor Wallace, like WALLCE, I think his name is.
No.
He's like a comedian now, but he used to do skits. I even brought up like Drewski. Like, do you know who Drewski is?
I kind of know the
Yeah.
name. Yeah.
Yeah, remember I brought it up before. Like Drewski was like a guy who just made skits.
Yeah.
Like, can you search up Trevor Wallace? I think that's his last name.
Yo, do you have more of that whiskey, bro?
Absolutely, bro.
I might have a little bit more of that.
Get some more in you,
I might have to stop by LCBO and cop. a little
dude.
bit of that,
Go to the
honestly.
one on Walker.
Let me get some water while you're handing out drinks over there.
What?
Have a little more with you.
What do you want me to look for?
This guy's doing stand up now?
Trevor
This
Wallace.
guy does
Oh,
stand
I
up.
know this guy. Oh
Yes.
my god.
So
yeah.
just go to his video. See if like you could just find a skit or something. Like,
Oh, I remember some of his skits.
Yeah, dude. Some of them are funny. Not crowd work because this is his stand up shit. Just put like a skit or something.
He still does skits though.
Yeah, I think he still does skits, but I'm just saying like this is kind of how he started, right?
Trevor
Oh,
Wallace,
dude, he's
don't-
hilarious.
Don't sue us, big fan.
Fitness, dick in your mouth, girl, baby girl, come on. On me, I'm sick.
Oh,
Two C's.
Playing.
well, if you are sick, I'm going to need your medical record.
Oh, my record? Yeah, I've been in jail. Too many broken hearts.
Oh,
Jeez.
Insurance.
Nah, I got insurance. Geico. I can give you 15 seconds or more.
Okay. Well, since you're here, I'm going to need to get your vitals.
Viral? Oh, yeah, I go viral all the time. I just got 10K on Instagram.
No, vitals.
I also paid 10K for that blue check mark.
I really just need to get your height and your weight.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I can pick you up tonight at 8. Oh, yeah, height, I got that. Yeah, you ain't got to measure.
I love those
46
glasses.
6 inches.
No, oh, that's like 4 to 6 inches. 3 in the winter. Ah, my boy.
Your parental guardian.
I don't know, but you could call me daddy. Alright, should I pull up? Pull up. Alright, I'm about to pull up. Pull up. We got bottle service. Nurses are bringing a bottle of warm milk, but like, I'll save you a shot.
I am the
Is he wearing
nurse.
2 pairs of sunglasses?
We're gonna let me flatline.
Let's just get this over with.
Damn, Shawty, you playing hard to get, but I see you dressed up for me. I didn't know you liked to role play.
Scrubs.
Well, call me TLC because I don't want no scrubs, girl.
This is my work uniform.
They made that one Pornhub video into a real thing. That's crazy.
This isn't one of those fantasies you see online.
Comes now, Chopper Dad. That part that you skid. This is the part you skid.
Okay, and this is a real Gucci bag.
This one's fake though.
Your real medical record.
Yeah, I got it. It's 818-555-2372. I'll wait for your text. You can send me a message like you up or something, you know? I'll wait for it.
I'm not going to do that.
I'll wait for it.
Some frozen hoe.
If I was a stethoscope, would you give me that stethoscope?
I'm sorry, you have strep throat?
No, I said deep throat.
He's into the deep throat.
Or like medium throat.
Well, I will.
Medium throat.
Do they have like an over-the-counter prescription for like a bigger condom? I'm sick of using those headphones.
Now say
Yo, chill. At least pull my hair or something. I mean,
Lord, get this thing away my dick.
Red? You said you left me on red? Yeah, girl, I know. I've been saying that.
Yeah, you left him on red. And you left him on blue. Like his walls and his balls.
Dang, I should be a rapper. No, I don't rap up. I can't be a rapper if I don't rap up.
no, like, you're actually.
I can't be a rapper if I don't rap up.
Call me back.
No, like a fever.
You got the feelings?
What kind of freaky vibrator is this?
I'm gonna get the doctor. I'll be right back.
Damn, what you insinuated?
I need that mouth to mouth. Before you go, do you have a dual charger?
That's a pregnancy test, and it's positive.
Positively had sex. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
When do you hit this thing?
I'm really gonna get the doctor.
I hate CPR. Coochie, pussy, right now.
Please help. I'm about to RIP. Rest of that pussy.
Yo, you got the Louis belt though.
Over the sweater. So you know he's wearing it.
Over the sweater.
Colonoscopy.
Oh shit, Charlie said it.
She lied. This is a porno.
ET about to fall home.
What the fuck?
Dude, that shit. Like,
Like, about to phone home.
you're right. I don't know if AI could replicate that.
Not like that.
But that
Not like
shit,
that.
dude,
No.
like a lot of I said it a while back, but like,
There are AI generated skits.
no,
already, though.
but they're not as funny as that.
not
Like,
funny.
that is like just genuinely
Yeah.
like, that
Like-
shit's too, you know what I mean?
I think the thing, like we were talking about the Seinfeld episode, I feel like they'll just take like previous Seinfeld episodes.
Oh,
and
they loaded all
use
9
them.
seasons in.
You know what I mean? And it's so it's like if like
What's that bottom one, Rain?
it's tough to be like just
sorry.
make
I'm sorry,
something
the
funny.
second one, second video. What is that?
The world's first AI comedian.
Let's watch
Hit
that.
it.
hit that
Okay.
Hit
This
it.
was in
I think this is what we
2017.
were looking for.
March 31st, 2017.
Oh wow, that's
That's
6
actually
years ago.
C.
It's nice to meet you.
Lobot is amazing at riffing as well, so like this is a really great opportunity. So if anyone's got any topics, just yell them out. Whoa, okay, I heard global warming.
I have been programmed to operate in temperatures in excess of 90 degrees Celsius. But you guys are.
Turning comedy into math. Ultimately, that's where it began.
Oh, they made this
Lobot,
bot
the
specifically
world's
for
first
this.
AI comedian.
Building a comedy
Man.
robot seems like a strange pursuit, but the learnings here are...
Yo, I wonder if like he gets like no laughs or something if he just blows up like those other bots, right? Like he's a guy got no purpose.
I'll kill myself.
Fuck this crowd. No laughs, just.
I thought I was about to get waterboarded. If I look a bit out of it, I had a really big weekend of browsing the internet. So much crooning.
Ultimately, what we're trying to do is create systems that can better understand and predict a human interaction.
I was stuck in traffic the other day and it was so slow. I mean, it was moving slower than Australian internet.
You can tell this is the first one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Data from this enormous library of content that's available to thousands of hours of shows, and it uses deep learning algorithms to tease out the meaning from those comedy shows and try and generate new jokes.
My comedy analysis tells me a joke is 95% funnier if it involves swear words. Knock, knock. Who's there?
Alright, that's kind of funny.
It's okay. I think it's only
You
funny
got
because you
me
know
there.
it's a robot.
Rain, back out of this, and like you know how we were looking for skits. Like, let's see if there's actually a full-on skit.
I've seen this one because this is one of my favorite YouTubers. He's a YouTuber and comedian, and he like in a lot of his YouTube videos he does comedy skits and shit that he usually writes himself. So he let an AI generate a bunch of his comedy skits.
No way.
They were fucking horrible.
They were horrible.
They were
Like,
bad. That's what I assume.
He put in like whole concepts that he had already come up with himself, and then he let it write it and he acted it out, and a lot of it was just like random words were thrown in and all that shit. And he tried to make the best out of it, and it was pretty funny, but it just none of it made sense.
That's the best. That's how I feel like it would go. Like I feel like you
What-
need to have a lot of contextual knowledge to make like jokes funny.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What's like that third video? What's this one? Because this is earlier. This is July 1st, 2022. A Saul Goodman one?
Me, Ace Attorney. Being a lawyer. People always asking how I do it. I'm just like...
Uh-oh.
I'm just like...
Oh, it's the animation one.
What is going on?
So this new AI-generated 4chan green text thing is pretty versatile. It has a lot of uses. For instance, you could use it to, say, write an entire video of Ace Attorney sketches for you. And so here we go. Be me. Ace Attorney witness. Be in court. Prosecutor asks me if the defendant is the one who killed the victim. I say no. He asks, how do you know? I say, because I'm the one who killed the victim. Gets sentenced to
Man, that
life.
just took a turn.
Yeah.
Ace Attorney gets disbarred. Be me. Phoenix Wright. Checking 4chan. Post about a new Ace Attorney game. Curious, I click it. It's just a picture of me. Be me.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Ace Detective. Be at the office on the phone with the chief. Yeah, I'm sure it was the butler. I'll go talk to him right now. I hang up the phone. The butler walks in. What did you do? I swear I didn't do anything. I arrest him anyway. Phoenix Wright. Just won my first case. Feeling pretty good about myself. Walking down the street. Here's someone calling my name. Right. It's the prosecutor for my case. He's got a gun.
No way.
He pulls the trigger.
He pulls the trigger.
I wake up. It was all just a dream.
Inception.
But then
Inception. That'd be
There he is again.
he's got a gun.
Oh, he's there again.
He pulls the trigger. I wake up again. It was all just a dream. But then I see the prosecutor standing
What?
and he's pointing at me. He pulls the trigger. I wake up again. It was all just a dream. But then I see the prosecutor standing over me. He's got a gun and he's pointing it at me. He pulls the trigger. I wake up again. Be in court. Prosecutor presents a photo. It's of me. I'm wearing a shirt that says I'm with stupid. And I'm pointing at the prosecutor.
Yeah.
All right, he's pretty good.
That was not bad.
Just got done with a tough trial. Heading home. Suddenly,
Jesus.
I see the driver get out.
It's Phoenix Wright. He looks at me and he says, "I'm so sorry. I didn't see you there. I'm about to say something, but I'm hypnotized."
Another car.
I see the driver get up. It's Apollo Justice. What the hell, man? Watch where you're going.
What the fuck?
Me, Phoenix Wright. In court. I object. Objection! I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I must object.
What is the basis for your objection?
Your Honor, the basis for my objection is that the prosecution has failed to provide any evidence that my client is guilty.
I see. Very well then. The court will take a short recess to allow the prosecution to provide evidence of the defendant's guilt. The court will now reconvene. Mr. Wright, the prosecution has provided evidence of your client's guilt. What do you have to say?
I must withdraw from this case. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Be in the courtroom. Suddenly, Saul Goodman walks in. Says he's my new co-counsel. What the fuck? Saul is all like,
"I'm the best lawyer in this town. I can get you out of anything."
Okay. Saul starts
Cameo.
He's a total slime ball, but he's really good at what he does. We win the case. Saul is all like,
"See, I told you I was the best."
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for watching. Hope
Thanks.
you enjoyed it.
It wasn't. It
wasn't awful.
It wasn't awful.
Terrible. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's just basing off of like previous stuff. Like to get that new like comedy that's really funny, I feel like you need humans to like be there.
Well, because all it's doing is just like registering what's been out before, and it's kind of just basing its thing off that. Like even like the whole thing, like that robot doing stand up. The reason that wouldn't work is because it doesn't know like timing or like how certain comedians like they present a joke, like the way they talk, the way their voices, like the voices, like the level of their voice or whatever.
Physical comedy aspect of it.
Right. Yeah. Right. It wouldn't work the same.
And even crowd intervention too. Like when like somebody's laughing in the crowd and a guy will be like, "Oh, like what are you laughing at?" You know, like start a little like back
or,
and
like,
forth.
Think about like crowd work comedians.
Yeah,
like, people
exactly.
Who do, like Stavros. Like I don't know if you know who Stavros is. I love that fucking guy.
Don't know.
Stavros is like this big Greek guy. He's like an up and coming comedian.
Yeah.
But his crowd work is just funny because Stavros makes fun of himself because he's balding and he has he's just a weird looking guy in general. But he's like, you know, he'll just be like, "Oh, is that what you're like?" He put out almost like a 30-minute special on just crowd work. Like just crowd work. It's like 7 nights in New York. That was what it was called. And it was good. Like it was actually good.
And that's what I mean. It's like you can't really generate that sort of like pure human interaction. Like one guy saying something and then one guy just making a reaction to it. Like you can't predict that.
Right.
Like it's hard. For
especially for like, I would imagine that if you're going to a comedy, like I've been to a lot of comedy shows, like especially whenever they come to the casino, I try to go.
Right.
And I think that like that robot would not do justice in there because I still think honest to God, I've always said I don't think watching comedy over like even if it's a Netflix special, it doesn't do justice than being there. Like when you're there sitting there like actually laughing with everybody, I think that's like a whole different thing.
Oh, 100%, because you're feeling the whole vibe. And if a comedian is really good, he's able to kind of capture the moment and kind of keep you in that moment. Like he's able to talk about maybe the venue, or he's able to talk about the day. Like he'd be like, "Oh, it was fucking so rainy today and I had to fucking do this." And he's doing some sort of story that you probably experienced too.
Yeah.
You know, his ability to relate with the crowd is a really big like strength too. You know, because that's the key thing with comedy is it needs to be relatable. You know what I mean?
Right. Especially when those guys are talking about stuff like that, where it's like, man, it fucking sucks out here. You know, what do you guys do?
Exactly.
And like everyone knows what they're talking about. They're like, yeah, traffic does suck out here. What are you talking about, man? It's fucking garbage. And they're all laughing about it.
That's it.
Which is like, which I've always thought was an interesting thing with comedy, where you could turn something that is like a fucking like, you know, being stuck in traffic sucks balls, dude.
Yeah.
Like it fucking sucks. Like you met when you're stuck behind traffic and it's like stop and go traffic, and somehow they can make you laugh about it.
Yeah,
that's a talent on all its own.
100%.
And I honestly don't think a robot could replace that.
I don't think so, honestly. And I think one thing that comedians do really well is kind of read the audience, and I feel like big like comedians when they start out, I feel like they have a skit, but I feel like better comedians, great comedians, have a skit that can kind of be manipulated and be changed based on like how they see the audience like play. Whereas like if I drop a joke and then everyone's kind of like, oh yeah, okay, then I know I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because I'm like, okay, they didn't really like that. Whereas if I hear like if I hear everyone erupt and they're like, that was the funniest thing ever, it's like you kind of want to keep going that way because you know it's something that they like you were saying, like traffic. Let's say you come to Windsor, traffic does fucking suck. So that's going to be a hot topic. When you say that, you're going to hear lots of people laughing. So a great comedian would kind of relish that and be like, yeah, and you know, another thing is this. And I feel like he'd know how to kind of dig into that. And if he was with a crowd that was like a smaller city, let's say, I feel like he'd know how to work them better. You know, he's not just doing the same thing if he's like on tour.
They always say, like, comedians will always talk about how they would rather play in a club than an actual venue.
Yeah.
Because they say, like, they talk about arena timing. Because the joke may take a minute to get to like everybody else, and you gotta wait for them to like stop laughing, and then you say, okay, boom.
That's very true.
Which is like interesting to me. Like I always thought that was interesting because I always thought like the more people, the better. And they're like, no. It's like if there's a room, they talk about like the room where it's like 16 people.
Yeah.
And somehow you just land and make those 16 people laugh. You build off that, and it's like they say those nights are more memorable than like them playing like so. Obviously, it's a big deal playing somewhere big.
100%.
But it's like them being like, this fucking, I can make these 16 drunk people laugh in a fucking comedy show for a little bit.
That's it. Having that ability to like take a whole crowd and make them laugh off of what you're saying is a really encouraging thing. Like what you're saying is kind of bringing light heart to a bunch of people. So
right.
It like you're saying with the arena timing, like there's gonna be like if you're playing in front of 10,000 people and let's say it's Kevin Hart, he's gonna say a joke and 2 or 3 people are gonna be like, yeah, that wasn't really funny, but like all of them else are gonna be like, man, that was a really good joke. So like you're saying, you gotta apply to all of those people. Whereas if we get into a smaller crowd, there's more ability for you to work the crowd. There's more ability for you to be like, okay, I know what this person is kind of like. I know what kind of crowd I'm talking to. I know what to talk about. You know what I mean? I know what to joke about and stuff.
Well, it's even like the same thing with music. Like I find it whenever I go see live music, everyone's on the kind of the same page.
Yeah.
Like I don't find it as like because it's different. I don't want to sound like I'm being like an ass or anything like that, but it's like when you go see your favorite artist.
Yeah.
You know that you're going to like them regardless because you already like their music.
Yeah.
I find when you go see people, whether it's like, let's say just around here, whether it's the Chelsea's Fog, Villains, Meteor, all those places, you go there either under the impression of bands you have never seen before, but somehow they still hook you in.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They still hook you in, whether it's like 20 to 30 people in the venue.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, how can you get 20 to 30 people still all bob their fucking head? And you've never played for them. You've never played for these people before. They've never heard your music. But they may not even know who the fuck you are. Like you may just hop up there, bro. Fucking Daniel was saying that the entire time 2 days ago, where he's like he would just go on there and he wouldn't say much. He would just say, "I'm Daniel, and here's one of my songs," and he would have everyone's attention right away.
Yeah, and like venues like that are really good because they appreciate like emotional expression. You know what I mean? Whereas like a club, kind of like Primary or like Wild Child, I've performed at those places. They don't
at Wild Child?
Not at Wild Child. No, not yet. But I've performed at Primary, and I think mostly just Primary. And it's more of a club vibe where they don't really appreciate as much of that emotional expression with your music. Whereas like when you go to like the Fog or something like that, it's way more appreciated.
People are actually genuinely there to listen.
Yes, exactly. It's a whole different vibe.
Right. And then you just finished up schooling.
Yes.
What'd you go schooling for?
So, I actually went to schooling for French. So.
Oh yeah, you said that last time.
Yes.
Yeah,
so French, yes, I remember it. We were talking about that.
He's sitting there, he's wanting to say something. Killing him.
That's good, man.
That's good.
And you just finished that up?
So, like I just finished it up. Yeah. So I'm done. Pretty much just working now. Graduated. The graduation's end of May. So finish that up, and then I have the little degree. Won't be too bad.
What's the plan with the degree? What do you have a vision of?
Well, like I always liked teaching and stuff like that, and I always liked kind of being like a role model for kids and stuff. So I've kind of thought about teaching, maybe like being like a teacher. Honestly,
teacher for what?
Probably like grade school or like high school, maybe.
Not even like a specific subject. Like you just want to teach overall in general.
Well, I mean, I do have the degree in French, so probably be a French teacher. Honestly.
That's why I was like, you already got the French.
As well, man. Exactly. So that's kind of the thought, honestly.
Would you ever do a music? Because we had a guy, Hunter Roth. Hunter Roth has been on, and he said one of his goals is to open a thing for like producing music and stuff. Like he would love to teach people how to do that.
Hell yeah.
Which I think is a phenomenal goal, to be honest.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, I would love to do that too. Like I love to expose kids to like music and show them that like it is an avenue that you need to go down to like express yourself. It's not something, like you're going to be in the beginning stages. You're not going to be good at it right away, but to keep pushing through it and to find that as a way of like expressing yourself is like really important. It's something that I needed when I was younger, because hearing music and playing music, like you're hearing music and you're hearing how good it is, and then playing it, you're like, I'm nowhere near that, so it's good to have those role models that are like, yeah, I was there like in the same spot as you, but like you can get there, like you can get there if you keep that kind of drive and you keep that like feel for it. You know what I mean?
Would you ever, I don't know if this is a weird question or not, but would you ever like do, like pursue music with the French degree? Like I know you speak French, but I don't know if there's ever a way you can twist and like try and grow through that. Like, or if it's something different. Yeah. Like I know like it wouldn't be popular in a sense around here, but wouldn't it be something that you would want to try or like try to get a grip on?
Definitely, man. Honestly, like I do listen to a lot of French music. Like
really? Oh,
yeah, I do actually.
Shout out some French.
Yeah, shout out Farfadet. He's a good Quebecois artist. Farfadet. Who else do I listen to? Their label is like Jungle Music, so they're like from Quebec.
Why is Jungle Music? What is that? Like,
I honestly don't know. Honestly, like when I was doing my French degree and I was doing my music, I kind of was just like, I want to find some French music that can kind of like blend both of these avenues that I'm going down, like getting into French and then getting into music as well. Just wanted to hear music in another language and see how they express it differently and stuff. And so first started getting into like rap and like French rap, and I liked French rap from Quebec because not only the sound was kind of familiar, but as well like some of the themes were familiar as well. So I started getting into like I literally just went on Spotify and just looked up like French artists, and like I started finding like I think it was like Farfadet. I'm totally drawing a blank on like the other people, but a bunch of other artists that like Jungle Music is their like.
What is Jungle Music? You keep saying that. I just don't know what that means.
It's like a what's it called? Like a label. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like a music label.
They produce the music for them and put it on the distribution.
Okay. I thought you were saying it was like a type of music. I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Nah. It's not like no. It's like a music label. So they kind of like all work under this. Honestly, I got my phone right here. Let me find what I have on my Spotify, because I was just listening to. Hold on, this right here. Farfadet, there's Rimes aussi. There's 13e Etage. So a bunch of like really French names, right?
Yeah. Those are French, yeah.
Yeah, French as fuck.
Those are French as fuck, yeah.
But yeah, like they talk about a lot of like good themes, which is crazy because in like a lot of like English music, you hear a lot of like gang violence and like even just violence in general, and like a lot of degrading shit and really like negative stuff, especially in
from
rap
their music.
No, from like English music and like music that we hear like in America and stuff like that. Whereas like their kind of music is more like, it's more like the music kind of from the 2000s, where it's like talking about like social struggles and stuff like that. So it's not just talking about like getting lit at like a party or like doing drugs and stuff like that. It's usually talking about like I have this one song that talks about how like these guys have used like drug money to kind of fund like their city and like put sort of like things in their city for children, like libraries and like parks and stuff like that. And so it's kind of funny because the song has like a happy tune, but it's all talking about how like drugs have kind of like saved their city. So they always have like a good kind of message behind their music, which is kind of cool. I like.
It's weird that you just said that because I watched something recently. It was I think it was like a documentary on John Gotti. Do you know?
Okay.
John Gotti, the mafia boss.
Yep.
And it was funny because when he first they found out he was going to jail, everyone was mad that he was going to jail. They're like, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good guy. You shouldn't
make
be
a mistake.
But it was through his money that he was making with the mafia that influenced all these small businesses to keep, whether it's to keep the mouth shut. Like, I'm I'm obviously not saying the things he did behind is good.
No, man.
But it's funny because you're talking about them rapping about drug money and then them giving back to their thing. That's how people thought of him.
Very true.
Bro, have you ever seen that fucking documentary Cocaine Cowboys?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Bro, it's the same fucking thing. When
Exactly,
they would
man.
go, people would come to them for loans. They're like, I need $10,000. Here's
Yeah.
20. Here's
Yeah.
20. Here's fucking.
Bring it back.
But it's all through fucking drug money.
It's crazy, man. And it's just, it's crazy how the world is. It's crazy how, what ends you can go to make money. You know what I mean? And then it's good that, like, there's still type of people that are in that kind of zone of, like, making money that way that can bring it back to, like, wash it and kind of make it clean money. You know what I mean?
That, and then there's, like, interesting ways of, like, just people making money in general. Like,
Oh,
how
100%.
they, like, bro, my uncle took, like, his whole business of, like, building the beanbag toss game.
Yeah, cornhole.
Yeah, cornhole.
Shout out.
Yes,
sir.
He just does that and repairs golf carts.
Nice. Say word.
Bro, he's fucking loving it. He does also like a bunch of other stuff. Like he makes t-shirts. Like he made the t-shirt that he's wearing right now.
Word. Shout out.
Shout out the merch.
Let's go. Link in description.
No, stop. But yeah, but like even seeing that like through him, just because it's someone directly to me, it's like it's interesting that, bro. Even like I remember when the pandemic hit, people were doing the power washing thing. I mentioned that so many times on here.
Yep.
Bro, people were just like, I'll power wash a deck.
Yep.
It takes me an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then they get you get all this money just for doing that. Bro, my buddy, we mentioned on here talking about Zach, where Zach plays. He's heavy into NHL, like the ESHL, online gaming. I would call it.
Okay.
Bro, one time he sent me a thing, and it was, he won this tournament, and he won like $350.
Word.
And I was just curious. I was like, man, I'm just curious, like how much. How long were you playing to earn this $350? He's like an hour and a half. I was like, you play an hour and a half of a game that you enjoy playing and you fucking end up winning and got that much? And he said, yeah. I said, that's insane. And then Chase brought it up the one day where I didn't believe him when he said he was having people contact him for like coaching them in this game, in this video game. And he charges $50 a session.
I didn't fucking believe it. But one day I'm in a party with this man. A dude joins and he's asking me, he goes, hey, can I schedule Friday? He goes, yeah, man.
No
usual
way.
Price. And like they're talking about like teams and like strategies for hiring on new people for their team. Like you're fucking coaching an entire team.
There's like
now?
a whole thing.
Holy, that's insane.
Yeah, and like you can go to like he was talking about, you can go to like Vancouver for like bigger tournaments and win bigger money, and go to like Washington for that. Damn. And I didn't like. I always listen. Zach's one of my good friends. I love him to death. But I thought he was bullshitting because I thought he was bullshitting. Not gonna cap. I love the guy to death. Thought he was bullshitting though. But when he was actually like showing me what he's like doing, and I'm like, oh fuck, it's crazy to think about, man. It's actually crazy to think about.
That's insane. It's insane how many different avenues you can make money. And yeah, it's insane probably like seeing that, like you're in a party with him, and then to actually have a guy join and be like, yeah, can I schedule a time? Like,
can I get some fucking tips on Friday?
That's fucked. That's
Is there any way we can? There was another time I joined a party. There was 9 dudes in that bitch, and they were trying to get him to join their team for a weekend.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like, dude,
throwing out cash amounts at him, and he goes, oh no, I'm busy.
Like they're full on being like, we want you to be, because like he plays a position, right? So it'd be like you're a winger, right?
Yeah.
You're a right wing or left wing, and you play that position, and they just want him for that.
That's
so they're like, can you
insane.
come play with our team for this? And you don't realize, like, listen, I played competitive COD.
Yeah.
Like, I knew what competitive COD was about, but I thought that was more of like a bigger thing. And like, it was kind of broadly known of stuff like that. But when it came to like the sports games, and I never knew there was like an actual thing for it. You know what I mean? Like I never knew there was an actual
Because the games aren't good.
because
They're not good,
bro. Because
Just a repeat every year.
It's a repeat. It's a
every
repeat.
year.
It's not even like they don't do nothing.
Yep.
You're not doing You're fucking just doing circles.
Yeah.
Right, and you're playing the same game. Like it's
Yeah.
literally it's the same
It's
game.
very true.
So when you're listening to people, which is quite crazy to think about now, like could you imagine telling like your grandfather or something like, hey, like listen, you could in about a couple years. Because which it was like in about a couple years, like, you can make. Bro, there's people who go to like Fortnite or like Warzone tournaments and make millions.
Yep.
Like they make millions.
Apex too.
Like what?
Yeah.
Did we search it up
Apex,
the one
oh
time?
my
Did we search
God.
up what's like the highest thing you can get paid?
It's
in video
League of
games?
Legends.
Is it League of Legends?
League of
Search it up.
Legends. Oh my.
Pretty sure we looked it up and it was
What's
League of Legends.
what's the highest paid
game tournament?
game tournament? That's a good search.
Pretty sure it's League of Legends.
I think it was. I think you're right.
League of Legends isn't that point and click too? Where
Yes.
it's like that's holy.
Literally,
fuck.
they just send monsters out. Is it League,
League
of
of
Legends?
That's
Yeah.
League of
Fuck.
Legends Worlds. 2.25 million.
Holy.
Go to the bottom. It's in reverse order. Go down.
Oh, the Land of the Hero. What is this?
Land of Heroes.
Why is PUBG Mobile up there?
PUBG? I thought that was the regular PUBG. It's the mobile one. What the fuck?
45 mil.
What the fuck?
Bro, I've never even heard.
I'm about
of
to
this game.
re-download PUBG Mobile.
Fuck, man, I was good at PUBG
I was
Mobile.
pretty good too, honestly.
They have.
I was winning games.
COD's not even up there.
No.
That's insane.
45 mil. What is that?
Why is
game?
there?
What is the Land of Heroes?
Yeah. What can you
Look at that list. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds 7, and the rate above it is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Mobile.
Yeah,
Mobile's
what
making
the
more than the
fuck?
regular game.
That's
Rainbow
insane.
Six Siege? Fuck, dude. $37 million.
Yeah, I see that.
Bro, I've never pull a video of like. I just want to see gameplay.
Dude,
on
this
it.
looks like a mobile game.
This is a mobile push and click
It
game.
looks
Yeah.
like a mobile game.
Let's watch the trailer. Let's see the trailer. Because I've never even seen this game before in my life. I've never even heard of this game till now.
There's no way.
I'm sure I've seen ads for it.
Have you? 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard of this game before in my life.
What? Is that dude Saddam Hussein?
Yeah, that's
Looks like. He's like a war outpost.
August 13, 2012.
I don't think this is a movie.
Is this a movie? Hold on.
Is this a movie?
Yeah, this doesn't look like the video game.
Yeah, I'm like,
it looked very different.
short.
Yeah. See?
Oh, okay. That makes more
This
sense.
looks like a video
I'm
game.
like, is it, we watching combat?
We're about to see someone go down in combat. Like,
Oh, this is just like the newer version of World of Warcraft.
So it's the same thing, like where it's a click game, like the
Yes.
it
League of
looks
Legends
like
thing?
it. Yeah, point and click.
See, like I never would have guessed those games were to be it.
Me neither. I don't even like playing those games.
What's the international? Yeah, what's
Yeah,
number
what
2?
is that? Yeah.
International 12?
Yeah, what is that?
I have no idea.
Try like esports next to it or something.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. A lot of French there for that Land of Heroes game.
Maybe that's where it's popular.
That makes sense. They like stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Ah. Will be held in Seattle. Oh, the tournament's in Seattle this year for the international.
Ooh.
Still don't know what it is.
Book the date. Save the date.
Save the date.
What's I'm trying to think. I have a glare on my side. I'm trying to think.
Dota 2.
This is 11 hours long.
Just
Oh,
skip through.
just play like a little-
it's a Dota tournament. That's all. It's just
Just
called
skip-
the
just-
international.
I was just gonna say skip through it to see if it give a
Yeah, it's the Dota 2 international. Is that it?
Dota 2.
I just want to see if it gives us like gameplay on it.
Dota 2 is another point and click.
Oh, it's the same thing.
Yes, it's the same kind of thing. Yeah, see?
Looks
See,
exactly
I-
like League of Legends.
I guess I would. Okay. You know what I'm curious about?
Yeah.
What about COD? What's the highest
Yeah.
COD tournament
probably $1 million dead on.
You think $1 million?
I thought COD was.
I thought
the
it'd be
big
more.
One,
I thought it'd be
honestly.
more.
Yeah.
What? 1.3 mil?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even think. Okay, maybe. Atlanta FaZe team ran through the rest of the league with the. Okay, yeah.
Is that the team or the tournament? That's the team.
How do you get paid more in a pointing club?
Oh, that's one guy.
That's insane.
That's one dude.
One guy made that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so that must be a split from the
Yeah,
team,
it's a split.
right?
It's a split. Yeah. So each player probably got that. I still think it's kind of wild that you can make that much money off games.
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Octane.
Dude, it's weird. Like,
Yeah,
Karma.
these guys look like the guys that are playing esports.
Scump. Oh, I remember
old
Scump. Yeah, you remember that guy?
Yes,
Scump was like
Scumpy.
that guy was the best COD player for like years.
He was
years.
The one. Yeah.
Well, he got taken over by Clayster
Clayster
and Simp. That guy's name was just Simp.
Simp.
Abeezy.
Simp. Do you remember Simp?
Yeah. That's our boy Jack up there.
Boy Jack. Crim 6. That's okay. Who's the first then? Let's see who's the first. Oh, this guy. Okay, that makes sense. That
Oh, yeah.
Who is he?
I don't know.
That guy in the
This
middle?
guy-
Big boy.
I'm assuming it's like the big
guy in the middle?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Good for him.
I watched a little bit of esports for COD.
For COD, yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be big back in the day, man.
Yeah.
It used to be real big. So it's actually interesting to see that. Like like 1.3 mil. Still 1.3 cuz you got to think, listen, on top of that though, that's not the only thing they're making. Like, right? You know what I mean? Like they have sponsorships. Like, bro, remember those Scuff
Oh,
gaming
yeah, the controllers. Yeah.
Bro, they used to dedicate Scuff controllers to like each player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they would be
that.
like, this is Scump's
Simp's controller or
Simp's
whatever
controller.
it is.
Like
yeah.
it was, and they would be like $400.
Yeah, and people would buy them.
And like they had do you remember the bumpers on the back?
Yeah.
So, it's like, so the whole thing was
back paddles.
Dude, the whole thing. There's probably like, I'm gonna, but it's like you never had to leave your thumb off your joystick.
Yeah.
So it's like you keep your thumb on the joystick the entire time and bump the fucking bottom bumpers.
The back paddles.
I never thought of that.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
what they're for.
That's what
It's
they're
amazing.
Oh!
You've
It's
never thought of that?
amazing.
No, I always just thought it was like, oh, now I can just hit this one because it's fucking faster. But now I don't ever have to think.
But
I'm
it
gonna buy
is.
one.
But like
I'm gonna buy one. Let's make one on fucking pod. Pull up the customization website.
but that, and then you would have like you could program the paddles to be what you wanted. So
Whatever
if it's like
button you
A,
want,
B,
yeah.
yeah, all
That's
that
insane.
shit.
I can't believe I never thought of that.
Which is crazy to see.
fucked.
Like we're talking about AIs and shit. Crazy to see how they discovered that. Where they're like, hey guys, it's costing an extra second for you to move your thumb off that joystick.
Yeah.
You know what we can do to eliminate that? You know how your hands are already behind that controller?
Put it
What
on
about
the
if you just
back.
put buttons on the
Put
back?
it
of it?
on the back.
Put it, bro, you used to. So if you couldn't afford a Scuff controller, they would on Amazon they would sell the things that could attach to your controller, and it would So like if you were hitting it from the back, the paddle would fucking touch the
it, yeah,
yeah,
like it
dude,
would push
it would
it.
push it for you. Is that fucking crazy? They're like you're
Sounds like
taking
the
shit
hacks you
scuff.
used to use.
Yeah.
what's up?
Sounds like the hacks you used to use.
Stop saying
You're a
that.
you were always like, I'm so good. I'm so good. Hacker.
I'm not a hacker.
You're a piece of shit.
I'm not a
You're
hacker.
a low life scum.
I had. Do you remember those? They were called. I'm not even kidding. Search these up. What I'm about to say. Control freaks.
Control freaks. I don't
So
know.
they were these things that I used to have them all the time. Search that up.
Yeah. Do you know what a
No. Start. Put it with a K because it was always spelled with a K instead of C. Now search it. It was these things, yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, the extenders. The extenders on it. Yeah.
You're a piece of shit. You used to be like, Jake, put your hacks on your controller and let's get going. And they were nowhere. They were nowhere close.
You're
to
a piece
hacks.
of shit.
Oh, these things. I know what these are.
These are basically steroids. Gaming cool steroids.
PEDs right here. This is what that
Steroids.
is.
Bullshit.
Steroids, but for gaming. Like that's what they were.
Oh,
They were
that's
steroids, but for
fucking
gaming.
sick.
Yeah, dude. But he used to make fun of me for them all the time.
Strap your hacks on. Just click them right
He's like,
on
"You
in the
fucking
straps."
hacking piece of shit. You fucking hacking fuck.
Play fucking natural like an adult.
But yeah,
Man to man.
they have all those now. They have all those for
Oh,
like
yeah.
the advantages. You know, it'd be interesting to see like a COD tournament, but in like VR. You know,
would
like you
be
see all the
insane.
motherfuckers like all running
That
and
would
shit.
be
Like I don't even
insane.
know how you would do that, but I bet you.
Well, there's that VR game Onward.
I never even.
I haven't heard of that either.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close to COD.
Can we search up
But it's
Onward?
like it's all
Onward.
realistic, and you have to do the moving.
Is it?
Yeah,
Can we search up Onward?
Onward
That's
VR.
crazy.
Onward VR.
RJ keeps asking me to play
Onward.
with him, and I keep
He plays
just-
it. He has VR. I didn't
Yeah,
even know that.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
Oh yeah.
Oh
on
my God,
Oculus
this
Rift.
It's actually hard.
Is
It's
it?
actually pretty hard to play.
Yeah, let's get a couple minutes of gameplay in here. Get a couple minutes.
Couple minutes up there.
Let's see.
4
the gameplay too, because as Pavlov initially taught me,
Oh damn, this does look pretty good. Terminal and VR got me pregnant.
And I really like the single player. It's not a Call of Duty style campaign, but if you've ever played Terrorist Hunt in Rainbow Six, this is that, but in VR.
Give it to me. Give me the.
Where'd he get
Disclosure.
this clip of me?
Disclosure. Oopsie daisy.
But it's not quite as fun.
We can cut that out.
VIP Escort is my favorite game mode by far. I love how easy it is to die in this game because it encourages everyone on a team to work together.
The thing is, though, this is just the start of it. Imagine how much
Yeah.
better it's gonna actually get.
20 years from now.
Oh my god, not even. Think
I
about
might
it.
buy the
true.
PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, how
'Cause
much
what-
does that cost?
what's-
Can we look that up?
What's the VR thing you have now?
The MetaQuest 2.
The MetaQuest 2. He has that.
PlayStation VR costs. Because if it's got the new Walking Dead on it, I'm
Oh man. It's
He's
over.
been rocking with the VR since he's got it, dude.
That's insane.
got it a year ago.
I need to get it.
Holy fuck. It's
much
actually
you-
not terrible. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse.
Did you
Oh,
see
that's pretty bad. I paid $200 for mine.
You paid $200 for it?
Yeah, I bought it off a dude. Bought off a dude on the bridge. Didn't use it.
Wow.
I didn't. I thought it was gonna be a lot more, to be honest.
Oh, they usually cost like $600.
Really? I was expecting like VR shit to be like $2,000.
No.
Right, damn.
Oh wait, is that a pre-owned one for $250 down there? Check that Amazon link.
Pre-owned.
Oh yeah, I see
Best
that.
Buy link right
Best
there.
Buy.
Click it.
Refurbished.
Yeah, I got a fucking gift card.
Free 30-day returns.
Woo-hoo! And he'll know in 30 days if he likes it or not.
Yeah,
so.
we'll know. We'll know.
Ah, you mother-
What?
They already sold it.
They already sold it. Fucking bastards. Bastards. They even have like a 500. Look, they have a $582 one pre-owned.
You see that they're doing like fights in the metaverse? Did you see they did that with like Khabib and like Max Holloway?
No.
They fought in the metaverse. Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
It was pretty much just like Wii boxing.
That's
but,
the
like,
old one though. That's the old.
They
one.
were trying to like they were like, oh yeah, they're fighting in the metaverse.
I didn't even know.
hard.
that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool that they can do that, I guess, like recreate shit like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. No, like they actually fought. Like they
Yeah.
it was weird. Like it was like with the movement and everything like
It
that.
didn't look
was-
good.
It
But
was weird.
that's
It was
just
weird.
the start of it. Bro,
It's
think
just
about,
the start. Exactly.
Bro,
Yep.
think about when the original Modern Warfare 2 came out.
Yeah.
And people were like, this is straight combat.
Yeah,
This would
this is
be
the new
combat
thing.
if we were in the Middle East right now.
Yeah.
And then we're like, we see COD now, we're like, it's not even realistic,
It's
dog.
not even real.
Fucking not even close, bud. Not even close to the same fucking thing. But yeah. I think we should wrap this up.
That's hilarious. Hell yeah, man. Well,
It was fun.
it was very fun.
I'm glad that you came back, man.
Me too, man. Honestly, I'm glad you put me on to this whiskey.
Yeah, absolutely, brother.
If you can take anything away from today,
It's
there it
that.
It's that right
It's
there.
It's that Wolfhead Coffee whiskey. But honest to God, Connor, thanks for coming back. I really
Hell
appreciate
yeah,
it, man. I love talking to you.
I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah,
I
it's
got to be
fun.
back.
Yeah, bro, we'll have you come back. Do you any predictions for album soon?
I'm thinking I'm gonna probably drop this track that we just showed here, probably in about a month or so, and I'll probably want something for the summer around like June or July. So a little project, probably. You can expect that then.
All right.
That's great, my man. Do you want to drop anything before we log out?
No,
Instagram?
that's it, man. Honestly, appreciate y'all for coming out, and yeah, that's kind of it.
All right, my man. Thanks again. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Just Just received in our newspaper.